really sorry. Dogs, man, they being dogs, they're not handling Jeff's absence very well. So, but then again, neither am I guess. I've gotten a little goblin-y already. It's been like 2 days. He left on Monday. It's been barely 48 hours. Anyways, how are you all doing? Welcome to Streamy Stream. Ooh, excuse me. My body is dying. Probably because I'm eating like a goblin. Who knew that there would be consequences for my actions? Got somebody who, Ashley, thank you so much for the resub. Belated Link Dance. Super appreciate 58 is many month. Ashley, I can't even tell you what you missed last week. I don't remember. I know we did Mementos for like a lot of it. We did that and figured out the list that List gave me. The list, if you will, of where everybody is supposed to be when is wrong. So that was fun. Those are the two things I remember from last week. So, yeah, you're caught up now. It's great. You already, yeah, Sassy's had a day. Yeah, Sassy's had a day. So, extra drinkies for her. Dude, speaking of drinkies, I made a mistake last night. So, a couple of weeks ago, Jeff and I had dinner with Jackie. We went over to her place. She made ratatouille. I helped. It was very delicious. And while we were just hanging out there, she had some soju, which is like an Asian fermented drink thing. It's like clear and fruit-based and delicious. And we had like a couple, and it was fine. So recently-ish, Jeff and I were like, we should get some just like have in the house too, like to put into it. Like, so we don't always feel like choking on our own spit when we inhale too hard. Hold on. We don't always feel like we've got an extensive bar, but sometimes you just don't want to like go through the effort of mixing a drink. You're just like, I just want to like open the fridge, pull out a can or a bottle, and just drink that. And we're like, we should get some soju. And so like we were out, and we were popping in the Asian market that's around here anyways. We grabbed a couple. And we're like, wow, these feel like, because we've gotten some of the, like, the exact ones we had with Jackie before at one market. We were at a different market. They didn't have that brand. They had a different one. We're like, well, let's, like, grab some of these. And we're like, these are, like, feel, like, significantly more expensive. Like, still not bad. Romeo, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, so everybody hydrate. Shut up. I tripped over my tongue. Everything's fine. So we got these other ones. We're like, these are more expensive, but whatever. Different brands. I don't know. Didn't think too much of it. So last night, I'm chilling, and I've been doing a lot of dice stuff. Cause I'm doing a shop update this weekend on Saturday. All the previews are posted, so if you're a Dice Goblin, go look. I'm very proud of a lot of the ones. I did realize I listed one that I fully intended to keep for myself, so I have not decided what I'm gonna do about that. But that's a me problem for a future time. What is happening on my desk? I'll figure that out later. So I've been doing a bunch of like dice stuff, and so what I've been doing, so like even when I was like while I was doing all the photos and I'm doing all the editing and I'm doing all the uploads, I need to farm dragon parts for Tears of the Kingdom. And I will rant about farming parts later. I will do that. All right, bye, Romeo. And I'll be listening and gaslight everyone about it. Okay, well here. Okay, we'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to that in a second. Because I've sort of done something like that before, and I might do it again, but not exactly like that. So, anyways, what I will do, so the way the dragon parts work is you can only get one every real life 10 minutes. Because, like, there's, like, time that passes in the game. It does not matter how time passes in the game. It is a real-life 10 minutes. And it is fully a real-life 10 minutes in that, like, let's say you, like, got a part and then, like, saved and exited the game. You're like, cool, like, this is the last thing. I'm gonna get this, and then I'm gonna go and do other stuff. And then the next day, you start up the game, and you are still right next to that dragon, but the game has not been running for 10 in, like, real-world minutes. So you still can't get the dragon. You have to wait. The game has to be actively running for 10 real-world minutes for it to come back. So what I did is you can ride on the dragons this time. I think in Breath of the Wild, like, they would hurt you terribly if you tried to touch them. Now you can hang out on them. So what I do is just park myself in one and kind of, like, wedged myself between two of the spikes on it. And then I just hang out there, and then I told the Google to set a 10-minute timer. And so while I'm, like, doing other stuff, and then the timer would go off, and I'd go back to my game, and sure enough, now the dragon's ready to, like, I can get a new part. And I would do that, and then reset the 10 minutes, and then go back to doing all my stuff. And just, so I was doing that last night. I was hanging out on Nidra, while I was like, cool, I'm gonna, like, do all my file management right now, get everything backed up in the Dropbox so I can clear things off my phone, blah, 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 doing all that. And I was like, I'm gonna have one of these sojus. And I had a plum one. And I was like, this is lovely. It smells great. It tastes great. It's whatever. I got, like, halfway through it, and I'm like, did I, like, not eat enough today? Or, like, maybe I'm, like, a little dehydrated. But I was like, I feel like this is kicking my ass. But I was like, maybe I'm also just, like, really tired. I don't know. So I keep drinking it. And I almost finish it. And I'm like, I feel great. And then I was like, what percent is this thing that I'm drinking? Because it's like a decent sized bottle. It's like, it's bigger than, like, a Mike's bottle would be. It's like, it's bigger than any of that kind of, like, shape of bottle. It's, like, a bit fatter and blah, blah, blah. I think it might be the same height, might be a little tall, but it's like, it's a higher volume. So this bitch is a 14% drink. I think the ones we had with Jackie were not that. That lulled us into a false sense of security. So anyways, I slept real good last night. Oopsie doodles. But it was great. It was super tasty. 10 out of 10. We'll buy that one again. But just, like, I will be more aware of the fact that it is 14% kick your ass bottle of stuff. So it was a good time. Anyways, as for gaslighting everybody, there have been things that I have posted before to, like, be like, hey, this is coming in the shop update. Because the way how much is a percent? So, like, a hard seltzer is, like, 3%. I don't know what the percent is on Mike's. Let's look. Mike's hard lemonade percent. 5. A Mike's is 5. 14's, like, kind of hefty. Oh, I want to cheers. Yeah. I want to cheers. Everybody grab your glasses. I need to make a command button on my deck for this. Cheers. Hi, sweetie. Cheers. Cheers. Mwah. Drink up, everybody. Raise your glasses to the toddler king. Hi, boo. Anyways. Words and oh yeah, so the listing. So the way the listings show up, the way I do the previews is I have to actually create, like, the product listing, and I just set the inventory to 0. And then what I do on a shop update day is at the time that I said, like, hey, this is when the release is happening, I go in, I do a bulk edit for everything that's in that coming soon tab. I have one button I can click to just get me all those things, and I just update all of their quantities to 1. And then I hit go, and it hits them all. And if I do have more than one of a thing, then I will go back and add a second one. Depending on, like, there's 2 different screens you can do it from, and there's different reasons to use the different screens, and one of them you can only set, like, all of them to the exact same value, and one of the other screens you can set all of them individually. That one takes longer, and it's kind of laggy, and sometimes it just goes, we didn't. So I don't like to use that one. But anyways, so I'll do that. And so what has happened is sometimes, rarely, I will put up a listing in the preview section, and someone that I'm like good friends with will be like, oh man, I really hope I can get that one. And I'm like, look, this is a perk of being friends with the artist. You can just be like, I would like to call dibs. And I go, cool, it's yours. But I still want it to stay on the website because I want people to see that it did exist. Like, because it's also part portfolio of like, here's all the stuff that I've made. So when someone wants to do a commission or is looking for ideas or might want to be like, hey, I saw this and I missed it. Can you make, like, are you going to re-release? Like, that's a good way for me to, like, gauge that stuff. Like, how many people are upset they couldn't buy the thing? So I still want to leave it up. So when I leave it up, what I'll do in the rare cases that has been a thing is when I go and update all the quantities, I just never turn that one on. I just never make it a one. And when somebody's like, oh man, it must have sold out so fast. I'm like, yep, it did. It sold out -6 hours. You know, it sold out 6 hours ago. But you don't need to know that. A lot of things do genuinely sell out that fast. So people don't know. I've only done it, I think there's been like 2 listings since I moved to the actual Shopify site that I've had to do that on. So I just like never set it to an inventory, so it just always shows is sold out. So I might do that for the one. We'll see. So there you go. Goose stole a potato chip out of the bag earlier today. They were spicy dill pickle chips. You regretted as that. I was gonna say, like, please submit they're like salt and vinegar or something. That's also very good. Tunic releases physically this week. Oh, that's kind of fun. Is it getting a book? Does it have a book? Does it have a physical book? This is the. I feel like I understand it's hard to do a physical book because then it's like, well, why have to search for the pages in the game when you can just like do all the stuff without the pages? But like, I would buy a physical book. Anywho's. Sassy Tyler's learned the word and sign for play and is so excited to ask to play and get his toys out. Yay! Oh, that's awesome! This manual. Oh, shit. I don't need a physical copy of the game. But, oh! Hi, Tucker. Are you coming in? This reminds me. I need to give you all a warning. Okay, no, he's just chilling. Tucker, I don't know if it's just because Jeff isn't here. Or it rained real bad, which means all the worms came out, and I think I've talked about worm jerky. He did manage to get a couple yesterday on the walk. Most of today he has clearly had an upset tummy. It's kind of cartoonishly so, is all I'm gonna say about that. But oh baby. He's been very good about letting me know if he needs to go outside and have a moment. So there's chances I might have to just randomly run away for a few minutes so I can get him outside. So that way I don't have explosive diarrhea all over my office. So just like heads up. Here right now he's just laying and chilling. But bringing that up while I'm thinking about it. So there we go. Let's Persona? What's Persona? Last week we did Mementos. We're still in like downtime. That's the wrong controller. I cannot play Persona with a N64 controller. I need this one. Well, the poopy. No. I mean, I don't love it for him either because he's clearly not having a good time. He clearly does not feel good. It is kind of weird though because he loves being outside. So he's like looked really happy while also clearly not having a good time. There's a lot of conflicted things going on here, but so far no issues. Yeah, no. When you might have misheard said he's having tummy issues, which is code for it's been bad. It's been bad and smelly and bad. Just liquid, just real bad. Yeah. So it's been fun, but so far not in the house. I am worried about if he's still like this tomorrow, because I do go into the warehouse tomorrow. So that's, yeah. It was more like a stinky, like, fire hose. I was on the phone with Jeff, when I had to let him out at one point. And, like, he's across the yard, and I heard it. And I just say, like, it was just, like, when I said cartoonish, it was just, like, a jet. And I was like, that's clearly bad. But it's kind of funny, but also it's bad. There's a lot. Yes. Yes, Joe. Very reminiscent. Okay. I'm excited for James to join us later because like we haven't had a Persona stream together in like a month now. And you all know that I love to ask him questions that I know will bother him. And I'm very excited about today's question. So it's gonna be good. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. And it'll be great. Less great. The wrong button's buttoned. There we go. How dare. How dare the buttons. Crocheting an octopus? Hell yeah. Alright. So, Robbie Damon actually only hangs out outside of the darts place on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Not every day other than Sunday. So, there's that. Ooh! Oh, it's a Saturday, so we can try to go today. So I know that one, because I really need to start that. Really need to start that link. Oh, no, we're good. I was like, ah, shit, we're still here. No, we're okay. Oh, I do have fucking insane fusion time, though. I did have a fusion alarm. But what shape is soup? Okay, I don't understand. We might have finally found a line for me. Soup is a liquid, so it is the shape of its container. I do not understand the question of what shape is soup. Like that, because that clearly has a correct answer. It is the shape of your container. I will say soup in a square bowl feels incorrect, feels wrong. Partially it's because in the liquid's like it traps in the corners and you can't like get all of it. So there's that. So I guess soup is round, but yeah, I don't like it in a square container or rectangular, something with hard edges. Wouldn't even know what to do for a fusion. So we're just gonna fucking leave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've only got one flower. I'm not worried about it. Soup in a square container has rights. You get down to the bottom and pour the remnants in your mouth. Here's the problem, Joe. And you should understand this because you've met me and you've seen me in real life. If I tried to do that, will just pour soup onto me. I'm not coordinated enough to figure out the velocity of that particular thickness of soup as it will exit this container to get the angle right to get it into my mouth. That's not gonna happen. And then and I can't put my mouth on the bowl because it's got a right angle, so the seal doesn't feel good, and I'm gonna hit my teeth. It's a logistical nightmare. Look at all of that shit we did. My thing is, I finished all the tasks. Do I have anything else I have to do about them? Yay, cats are back. Dog is sort of trying to do soup trick shots. She turned herself in for hoarding cat, I guess she did kind of steal everyone's cat. Okay. Good for her.
Yeah.
Ah,
You're back.
I am, but oh, my phone. So much is happening. We're talking about cats. My phone's going people. No! Oh, no, this is fine. This is just updating the Mementos thing. I was like, what the fuck did Mishima do now? Floor names of Mementos feel like letter soup. They feel like they're references to, like, something, like, Greek to me. I didn't actually, I meant to look them up. Sounds like he and his son went around apologizing to everyone in I mean, it's been like 10 minutes, so that's really impressive. Of course, I like he was being a dick in Harmony Alley. It's like he was a totally different person, begging them on his knees for forgiveness and all. Oh, wow. Sure it was him? I don't, yeah. Glad it worked out. What do you mean, great job? I didn't do anything, because I'm not one of the Phantom Thieves. God, Mishima's gonna be what brings this whole thing down. All this stuff about family had me worried about Yusuke, but it looks like... Wait, why were we worried about him? Like, I know, like, his whole family thing is, like, fucked, but, like... Is it just... It was just because of that? I don't know. Oh my god, so many things are making noises. No stressful crossword. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. So we're gonna... See it. That button. Can I not leave? Can I not leave? Can I not go... Hey. No! Fucking fuck! Ugh! I'm so mad. Fuck this game. Hey. Okay, yeah, let's give it some plant nutrients. Oh, we got so many. Yeah, just like really amp that shit up. Oh. I don't remember why I'm doing this. Oh, I got music notes. That's why I'm doing it. All right, all of my things are at 3. That feels pretty solid. All right, let's try to make some stuff on the bench. Okay. Because I feel like I went through a lot of lockpicks. Yeah. So I know I mentioned Jeff is gone. He's gone for 2 entire weeks. Ooh, I got an extra. Yes. He's gone for 2 entire weeks, which like it's not like I know he has to travel, and when he's gone for like a week, that's almost like, and this is gonna sound really weird, but go with me here. It's like the perfect length of time because he gets to go do the thing that he likes to do. I get some time to just kind of like decompress a little bit on my own. And like I can like get all the things out of my system that I'm like, I don't want him to have to deal with me in goblin mode and whatever. It's like we can just kind of like do that. 2 weeks is long though. 2 weeks is really long. And he is in Europe, so when we like talk every night, we gotta like figure out how to make the time zone thing work. Because like what the end of the day is for him, like when he's going to bed is when I'm like just finishing up my work day. If I'm not working at home, so it's like, okay, this starts getting weird. Yeah. So it's just like a whole thing. But whenever he's traveling, especially like anywhere like in the US and whatever, like it's not a big deal that the way he packs stresses me out. Whoa. If he's supposed to leave on Monday morning, you know, even better, if he's supposed to leave on like Sunday afternoon, that's when he usually does his things. He'll leave on Sunday afternoon, he'll come back either Thursday night or like Friday morning. He's supposed to leave on Sunday afternoon. He will do his laundry on Saturday and then pack Sunday morning. And when he's just going to a place he's been to a whole bunch, and it's just for like 4 or 5 days, it still kind of stresses me out, but it's like, okay. But for this trip, he's going to... Yeah, who could it be at this hour? He's going to Europe. He's going to 2 places he has never been. He's going to 2 different countries. He started in Ireland, so he went straight to Ireland. He's there through Friday, and then either Friday night or Saturday morning, I've got it written down, he gets on another plane to go to Germany, and then he's there for a week. and then he comes home. And originally he was going to go from Germany to his normal thing in Michigan. And then his boss finally like looked at a calendar and realized what was happening. He's like, oh no, please go home for a few days and then come here. So he's going to places he's not been. He's in Europe. It's 2 straight weeks. It's all I could do is like Google what the weather's supposed to be like. It's all these things. So he left for this one Monday afternoon. Monday, and when I say Monday afternoon, we left the house, because I took him to the airport because he didn't want his car to just, like, sit at parking for, like, 2 weeks, which is, like, fair. We left the house at 3, okay? I was driving him, we left the house at 3. He still worked Monday for a good bit, like, taking care of all the stuff he needed to here before he's out of the country. So at 12:30... he's in a meeting and makes a comment to everybody being like, hey, like, I know we're still having a conversation. Like, the meeting if you guys want to keep talking, I do still need to go pack for my trip to Ireland. And I guess they looked confused. We're like, when do you leave? He's like, oh, like in 2.5 hours. And they're like, what are you talking about? He didn't start packing until less than 3 hour flash. Thank you for the resub. Oh my God. Yeah, 3-hour drives. I used to do those all the time. I don't miss them. Yeah, he was leaving for Europe to go to 2 countries he's not been to before. Or at least not those parts of them. He's been to Ireland before, but a completely different part of it. Yeah. He started packing at 12:30 to leave at 3. I was like, what? This is not... I can't be the crazy person here. What are you talking about? It stresses me out so much. So much. Why do I sleep with my phone in my pocket? Why is my phone not on silent while I'm sleeping? What fucking behavior is this? And what are you doing awake and texting this? Yeah, I would also like to be able to relax on Sunday. You know what's relaxing? Getting a good night's sleep? And we could have had this conversation in the morning. Because we can't make plans with anybody else right now, because they're all sleeping. As they should be. You cannot wake me up and ask me to make a decision like that. No, I don't really want to, but it's like 3 in the morning, so I'm not going to argue with you. What? What do you mean I have to commit, right? I guess, like, I'm going to fucking commit, because, like, nobody else I need to hang out with I can get to. So, sure. I think he just called me easy. I don't... What the what? I don't... Oh, God.
All right.
Sure. New hangout spot. Great. I feel like I remember fishing was weird in the last one, right? I guess we'll fucking see. The other thing that was weird about Jeff leaving.
Hey.
Oh, okay. I was afraid we were gonna be voice acted. Say about the future. You have my right hand. Okay, hold on. Let's back up. There's a lot. There's so much to unpack in just this one little text box. Is this the place that people go to do shady business? To talk shady? That dude in the back is definitely one of Mafia Man's people, though. The guy who's crouched with the vest on, he's absolutely no good. So, okay, anyways. So one of the other things about Jeff leaving is, so, I think I had mentioned last stream that Mally and her fiance were staying with us for a while. They ended up being here for like 2 weeks. Because a pipe burst in their apartment, and it was terrible. And they're like, our entire apartment, like, there was like 3 inches of standing water, and they're like, it's got to get dried out. Like, there was this whole thing with all their maintenance people, whatever. They were here for 2 weeks. And when they left, as like a thank you for letting them be here for that long, because we all thought it was gonna be like, they're like, can we just stay with you for like a couple of nights? We're like, sure. And then things just kept happening. So I thought I lost Tucker. So thank you for letting them be here for like 2 weeks. They went to the Nothing Bundt Cakes and got a box of the little Buntinis, which are essentially like, they're like little cupcakes of all their different Bundt flavors. And there's like a dozen of them in there. No. I think there's more than a dozen. That makes this worse. Oh god. Oh, this gets so much worse now. I'm realizing there were 16 in there. There were 16. Oh god. Because yeah, there were 8 flavors. There were 2 of each. Oh boy. That makes this story so much worse. So, as a thank you, because they know I love these little cakes, and they know that, like, one of my plans while Jeff was going to be gone was like, I'm going to go get myself a Buntlet, which is like a Bundt cake, but it's only like a little 5-inch cake. And usually they've got a deal where it's like, it's buy one, get one free, or like, so on and so forth. It's like, I'm going to go get Bundts. And they're like, we got you. Here's a whole bunch of little ones. And so they got us that as like a thank you. But here's the thing, is they left on Sunday. So they brought us that on Sunday. But then Jeff turned around and left on Monday. So he had 2 before he left. He had 1 on Sunday. He had 1 on Monday. So that means there were 14 left. And it's just me. And I'm like, I love these cakes. This might be too many cakes. This might be too many. And it was bad when I thought it was 12. But yeah, in the course of this conversation, I've realized it was not 12. It was 16. So I'm certainly not going to waste them. So I've had several of these. I think there's 5 left right now. It was a lot of girl. It was very girl dinner. I've been having a lot of these, and they're fucking delicious. I usually don't like cakes that are fruit flavored, because they tend to just be too sweet, like the kind of like sugary where it like hurts your teeth. But this one, it had a strawberry in it, which was like okay. It was a little sweeter than like a lemon. That was actually pretty good. And a raspberry lemonade that was fucking killer. So yes on that. And then I had my favorites. The next my favorites. I love the confetti, and I love the snickerdoodle. So those were in it too. It was also great. What else is there? And there was vanilla. Vanilla, very good. Yes, all good. Oh, maybe? Okay, yeah, because I'm trying to remember the layout of this box. Maybe it is 12. I thought there was more. Because it was vanilla, confetti. Oh no, we're good. We're good. It is just 12. That's better. That's better. It's still not great, but better. Because it was vanilla, confetti, lemon, snickerdoodle, strawberry, raspberry lemonade. That's what it was. Yes, okay. We're good now? We're good. We're super good. Hi, villain. Okay. What are you even, you don't wear glasses. What are you talking about? Why are all these people crouched so weird? Like, I do recognize the crates don't look comfortable, but why with the crouching? There's so many other ways to... Tucker, do you need to go outside, baby? Or a Master Fisher around? No, we can steal their ideas? What does that mean? What do you fucking... Whoa. No. It's... Kawakami is the... Is our teacher? Yes.
Jeez.
Why is it weird that we're fishing? Can we not have hobbies? Why are you here? Thank you. Okay, and maybe we need that too. I love how candid this conversation is. This is incredible. I mean, we're outside right now, so I don't know if that counts. That said, there is a teacher from my high school who's been like, "Hey, just call me Mike," and I'm like, I cannot. I know I graduated more years ago than I am comfortable saying out loud. Oh God, my high school diploma is an adult. My high school diploma can vote. I don't like that. Anyways, I refuse to call him by his first name. Absolutely cannot do it. Wow, I'm gonna sit with that for a while. Oh, and she's gone.
For real?
What? No. Oh, she's like right behind it. She can hear you. She's right there. She's right there. Oh, she's hooking like crazy over here. Is that all fishing is? You just can't have negative thoughts? Because that would explain why I was never good at it and hated it. Ran into one of my high school teachers at my college as a fellow student, so called him Mr. Last Name. Yeah. It's been a while since I've been back and been faced with this. But I think the last time I actually saw him in person was probably when I was in town for the 10-year reunion. So it was like, it had been 10 years. And some of us like went to the old band people. We went to the football game, and afterwards we were like, there was a bar that was around the corner from the high school that like most of the band parents would go to, and I think some of the football parents, but I didn't give a shit, would go to after the games, and he would go too, and so like we went and we got to hang out with them and just like shoot the shit. And it was awesome. But every single one of us were like, we can't call you Mike. We can't do it. So it's like we're sitting there having drinks and he's like, oh, Mr. So-and-so. It was hilarious. I loved it. I tried it once. He was like, call me back. And I was like, all right, Mike. Nope. I hate it. I tried it and it's not going to happen. I am so sorry, Mr. So-and-so. Oh. God. Well, this doesn't sound like it goes with the have no negative thoughts thing. We'll say that. Oh, what did I just do? Okay, was there a reason you had to be right there? Were you assigned that crate?
Whoa.
Nope. Don't call her, Matt. This is getting too close to the uncomfortable truth of what the other things she does in her off time. Hey! I got a whole bunch of music notes.
Wanna head back?
What a day. What a day.
Ah, you're back.
I am. You say that like I don't live here. Hi! You have a face. I need to go look around real quick and make sure he didn't find a place to poop. Hold on. Yeah, hi! Yeah? Look kind of...
Where have you been searching all along, confessing while alone without the
Happy.
without a sign, without grasping the real question to be asked.
Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take Tucker outside real quick. Yeah, it very much had that energy, Ashley. I will be right back. Since James isn't here, we'll go ahead and break screen. So this is a great time for everybody to grab yourselves some water, maybe a fun beverage, not anything caffeinated because it is late. And grab a snack. I'm coming, baby, and we'll be back in just a moment. Cool. Apparently the Persona music didn't stop. That's fine. That's fine. We're back. Everything. Oh, but it muted it when I did that. That's good. That's good. That's real good. Anyways, we're back. Everything's okay. I can't find any evidence that he had a problem in the house, but he definitely was about to. So it was a good time to take a little breaky break. Oh, speaking of breaky breaks, though, hold on. Hello. No, not this, not this. Oh, this is actually really weird because it is full. Oh, wait, no. We solved this the one time. I know where to look. Hold on. It muted it. Haha, it muted it here. Use words.
I am using words.
There we go. God, I'm so glad I figured that out the one time. Hi, James. How are you?
I am good, Jen. How are you?
I'm okay. We just had a Tucker break, so hopefully
Tucker break.
Hopefully we've got a little bit more time before I gotta do that again. But
Hey, no problem. I got a post-it note full of dreams and weird things. I could vamp this whole stream if you need me to.
but I'm glad to hear that. I kind of need to catch up on chat because there's something happening here and I do not know what it is. But I am, before I catch up on chat, as I tend to do, I have a very important question for you, James.
Okay, I you know how much I love when you preface a question with that statement.
Oh yeah, I know. It's gonna be great. Trust me.
Okay.
Is eating a minotaur considered cannibalism?
It depends what part.
Yeah,
Depends what part.
I was like, do you have to put qualifiers on like what the cut is before it's cannibalism or not? Or
Right, because well, like if you carve up a minotaur, like there's the porterhouse, the New York strip, the rump, and then the cannibal part. The rest is just cannibalism.
Yep. So, anyways, I wanted to start with that. I guess I have a follow-up question now that I've caught up on the chat. The metric is brought up, saying you're visiting someone's house. They say you can come in without taking your shoes off. How uncomfortable does it make you to actually do that? My answer to this is that like I feel weird. I refer to shoes as foot prisons. I hate wearing shoes. I hate it. That's why I prefer sandals. I need my toes to be free. So somebody's like, you can leave your shoes on. I'm like, that feels incorrect. However, there's a lot of other people out there who routinely leave them on, and these are people who are now telling me that they don't make people take their shoes off, which means other people have been walking around their house with the shoes that have been in public restrooms and all kinds of other places. So I don't know if I want my bare feet on what they've been tracking in. So then I'm stuck in conflict.
Yeah, so I don't have a strong opinion either way. If someone comes into a house, if I go to someone's house and they're like, oh, we're a no shoes policy, totally okay with that. If they're a, you can keep your shoes on, I'll keep my shoes on because I don't know what's on their floor at that point.
Exactly, yeah. It's like, I'm not happy about this, but I am going to have to leave them on because now I fear what else is here.
Yeah, our house has turned into a... Generally, we keep our shoes on because the little ones track in God knows what, and it's impossible to keep clean. So it's just more of a we have resigned ourselves that our floors are not as immaculate as we would like them to be, and it you get what you get.
I also just found a thing from Pathos that says I should go through my notifications. Now I'm really worried. Which notification? Hold on. Okay, hold on. James, you keep talking while I discover what this is.
But Sassy, you know what? I also keep a pair of socks in my purse, though people get uncomfortable because they're not my socks. But, that's a story for another day.
It's not the purse, for sure,
No, absolutely not.
I stopped carrying a purse a while ago. I just have, like, a little clutch wallet that I do that. Ever since I found shorts that will allow me to put my phone in my pocket, I'm like, cool, I don't need a purse anymore. So I routinely don't have one. But every once in a while, I'm like, man, this is the exact moment I wish I was still a purse carrier. And those moments are, one, going into a place where I'm like, I wish I had socks for this. And 2, when I'm at a restaurant that has a really cool glass that I want to steal.
Yeah. You know what you I think would fit you really well, Jen, and I know this isn't the fashion hour and I'm the last person you should be taking fashion advice from, but this is inspired by Jamf. She has really taken to it's not a fanny pack, but you wear it like a bandolier.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen a bunch of people doing the bandolier fanny pack for a while.
Yeah, I think you could rock that.
My problem, I could, and that might be the in-between. I stopped carrying a purse because I didn't want to have to, I would always make sure I had one that could go over my shoulder, so it wasn't just about, having my hands free. But that was definitely, part of it. But it was mostly just, most places I was going to at that point, I was like, cool, now I have to, put this somewhere, because I can't have it on me the whole time. When we're gonna go, paddle boarding. Now I got, this has to go somewhere. Metric, thank you for the resub. Oh no! It's Santroco, thank you for gifting the sub to Metric. Double thank yous. I gotta catch stuff. I also think I missed Rhaegar popping in with a resub while I was taking care of Tucker's poopy butt. So thank you for that too. Belated link dance. So sorry, got so many things to catch up on. So many things. I'm now realizing what happened in the chat. Metric got hit by the ad shenanigans. And then Santroco was super awesome about alleviating that. So thank you. Double thank you. Okay. Anyways, back to conversations about purses and bandoliers. Yeah, I don't know. I think the other reason I've started doing a not purse is and James, I know this will come as a shock to you, I am a very animated person and talk with my hands a lot. And just having something else that got in the way, nah. Just nah. Now I could be free.
The purse acts as the safety to your arms.
Yes.
When you put your arms away to have a calm, quiet conversation. Let's put the purse on. Good. It's like a thunder blanket.
Yeah, it's a thunder jacket for me. Oh my god. Oh, all right. Anyways. I'm so glad you're here because apparently I need to look at the TV and maybe buy something. So you can tell me what the good thing is to do because I panicked last stream when I had to make a purchase without you.
Can you share your screen, please?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I know it's been a while since I've been here.
It has been like a month since we've been together on this, and I was very concerned about my Minotaur question. So okay, so I've got a bodybuilding pack or whatever as an option. Protein. Ooh, moist protein. I hate that. No.
Hopefully you add your own moisture and it doesn't come moist.
Yeah, is it like wet cat food? Oh, I made it worse. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. No.
How fantastic is that?
That's all. There's more. And then the calm mindset. Oh, Jen needs this. I don't know what these are. Oh, these are stat increases for personas.
That's correct.
So these feel useless to me.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember.
The protein you'll get a lot of mileage out of.
Okay, I was like, I don't remember what the proteins do, but yeah, let me get a protein. That one. Yes. Oh, I need to go sell all my shit.
Gotta go to your arms dealer.
Kind of forgot about that.
Oh, it's Sunday night, so you could go talk to your politician friend and get a free level.
Oh, yeah. Kind of forgot about that.
Well then.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
That's why I'm here.
Who wants to talk to me? Oh, it is him.
Nishima will always be around. Speech guy's only around on Sunday.
I just want to see what it says. I'm not going to hang out with him, but I got to know what it says. Strategic Image Management Representative. That's... No. What? No, you can't just, go making up titles for yourself, my good sir.
He's your simmer.
Yeah, I did the same thing in my head, and I went, don't say that out loud. That's stupid. James will make fun of you. So I'm glad you said it.
I can't make fun of you if I beat you to it.
Hey! No, I do not have time today. I don't have time. I'm also busy on whatever alternate day you're about to suggest, so.
You know what I love? I love that it has been in real time, it has been a month, since I've last joined, and you still have 6 days left before.
I know! We spent most of the last stream in Mementos, so, like, there was that. Where do I go to sell my shit?
You go to Central Street in Shibuya.
Okay. I'm gonna do this. Oh, Carl made it worse.
He did.
I go this way, and then hang a left.
You got it.
Hey, no.
Hey, twins. Do you think they get excited when they see you running, and then you just like quietly walk past them without a word, going to the arms dealer?
All right, talk to you. Yeah, it's me again. I want to make a purchase, but not really. I want to sell my stuff.
It's a reverse purchase.
Okay.
Like a reverse mortgage.
I can safely just hit sell all treasure, correct?
You can.
Okay.
You should be grateful.
Ooh, 50,000 yen. That's pretty good.
That's pretty solid. I'll take that.
Yeah.
And then it's... some of these things can probably go, but I don't have a good... I mean, I guess if they're not currently assigned to anybody, they can probably go away.
You know what? How about this, Jen? In the interests for all of our dear viewers at home, why don't we save the selling of
We
the
can
weapons
do
for
this
like
later. Yeah.
for like Fusion Day?
Again.
Yeah.
Because no one needs Inventory Manager 3.0.
That's a good point. It's not like I'm hurting for money right now. Okay, so now I want to go to Politician Man.
Yes.
Okay. Yes,
And you're
I
already
will
in Shibuya. How convenient.
go right away.
Yeah, but it's you walking across the street.
Is this
Everyone.
gonna be voice acted? Good. I don't think so. His eyes still really bother me.
A little, like the shape, the color.
They're. I think they're proportional to his face, but they're still too big. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know. I don't like when he looks at me.
Like peering into your soul.
Kinda. Is that Siren in the game, or do I need to be concerned? I can't tell. Okay, no, it's in the game. Speaking of sirens, though, okay, so Jeff is gone, as we've established, and I don't know how this happens consistently, but like everything is fine and functional and great until he leaves, and then something happens. And usually not anything bad. Although there have been times where he, like, left and I got snowed into the house. And, like, whatever. But it's usually, like, something out of the ordinary happens. And it was like, what the fuck? So he leaves on Monday. Tuesday morning, I get up. I'm trying to, like, take care of the dogs who are freaking out. Because they're like, it's breakfast time. Also, where's Dad? And, like, all of these things. So I'm trying to do that. I'm also trying to eat. I'm trying to get ready to go to work because I'm going into turbo work that day. And I hear some kind of alert sound.
Good evening.
From something in the house.
Awesome.
It is a tone I have never heard before.
That's not good.
And it's going off, I figure out it's going off once a minute, and it's just a quick little two-tone thing. So there's not like a long thing to like track. It's just like doo-doo. And then 59 seconds goes by and doo-doo, and it does that. And you've been in our house, like, because of the way it's kind of structured, it's very echoey. So, like, whenever a smoke alarm starts doing its beep, it's a game trying to figure out which sounds are echoes and which one is actually the thing. And so I'm like, cool, I've got this tone I've never heard before. I quickly rule out that it's not the little security panel, so I'm like, that would have been the obvious thing. It's like, what is this? No idea. So I'm like walking around the house, like I feed the dogs, and so like I'm walking around the house holding my breakfast plate, and I'm just like standing still and trying to like shovel food in my mouth, and I go, okay, it's been about 60 seconds. So then I'm very quiet and not even chewing, so that I can wait to hear the sound to try to figure out where it's coming from.
May I take a guess what it is?
I would love you to. Everybody, chat, everybody, make a guess as to what is making a sound in my house.
Was it an electric toothbrush that was running low on battery?
That sounds like a very specific suggestion that comes from a place of personal experience.
I'll put that on the post-it note for next week.
Oh, perfect. Battery in your thermometer. What kind of thermometer do you... What is that? Carl, you got to elaborate.
I'm not gonna lie, I took Carl at face value. Like, somehow someone got, like, pancake batter in your thermometer. Like, that is a story.
Yeah, that would certainly be a story. Ashley says it's a watch, not a watch. The only watches in the house all belong to Jeff, and they are all very mechanical. They don't have digital things in them. So I got a lot of people going with speakers. So solid guesses. I feel like Jeff's got some kind of anti-chaos, or it's the only reason I've functioned. So him being gone for 2 weeks means I'm gonna be a problem. Yeah, not smoke detector, because I'm very familiar with what that beep sounds like. So I'm like walking around the house, trying to shovel food in my mouth, figure out what this is, and I start at the front of the house because that's where the security panel is, and like the way it echoes, I'm like, okay. I was like, the only thing in front of me is Jeff's office, and like, he's got 3D printers in there, but they're like both fully off, and he's got his work computer with him, so like there's nothing left in there, and the way it echoed, I was like, oh, kind of sounds like it's coming from above me, like it's coming from the loft area. So I run upstairs, I shovel some food in my mouth, and I wait. And I hear it again. So when I'm upstairs, it sounds like it's downstairs, and when I'm downstairs, it sounds like it's upstairs. So I'm like, what the fuck? But it's definitely at the front of the house. Like, that's really easy to figure out. Like, it is when I'm standing in our bedroom, I barely hear it. I was like, okay, cool. It's not in there, it's not in the closet, any of that. I do this for 30 minutes.
Ooh.
I am now running it. I'm about to have to text my boss and be like, I'm gonna be late because I don't know what's making this sound, and I don't want to leave the house for 8 hours when something is unhappy, and I don't know. Because, like, I know, I went and stood in the garage for a little bit because I know Jeff was fucking around with our water heater right before he left. And I was like, is it that? Like, I don't want to leave until I can confirm this is not an electrical problem and not a gas problem. I'm about to text Greg as I have given up. And I hear it, and I'm angled just the right way. I'm like, it is coming from Jeff's office. So our actual real-ass paper fucking printer was still on and decided it needed a firmware update. And the best way to let you know it needs a firmware update, rather than being like the next time you print, popping up a little thing and going, hey, there's a firmware update, it just starts making this little tone, thinking you'll figure out that it needs something. Because here's the thing is, it's making a little beep, but like, it looks off. The screen is off. Like, nothing about it looks like it's on. I was very mad. I was like, this is stupid. This is a design flaw?
Do you want to out the printer's manufacturer so we know never to buy that printer?
Here's the problem, is other than that, it is a pretty good printer.
Maybe because it keeps getting firmware updates.
Maybe, yeah. It works very solidly, for, like, I've printed some of my nicer inserts for when I sell dice at conventions, and I have my little chess X boxes, looking box things. I print the inserts for that on this printer because it's actually got a really high quality, like, color print on it. But, like, damn people.
Yeah. So, what I think I've learned from this story is that Jeff is a true saint, and he detects and fixes things before you notice them, so that when he's not there, he isn't secretly fixing everything around the house.
I thought that too. Here's the thing, is because of the way the time zones work out, he was like very much like awake and like at the end of his workday when I'm trying to solve this. So like after I spent 10 minutes trying to figure out what it was, I texted him and I was like, hey, did you update any of the electronic things in the house before you left? Because I'm hearing an alert that I have never heard before. So I know it is not our security panel and it's not our smoke detectors. And your 3D printers are off. Something is upset, and I'm like, I like record, like I took a video so you could hear the sound going off, and I was like, do you have any idea what this is? He had no fucking clue. So this is apparently the first time the printers decided to get our attention in this manner. Anyways, so there you go. That was my mystery alarm adventure, which was really fun when I did get to work. I got there on time. And I walk in, and I'm, like, slamming down the rest of my coffee, and Craig's like, so, how's it going? And I was like, let me tell you about why I almost texted you that I was not going to be here today. It's so stupid. But it was nice, though, that I actually got to, like, work with Greg for the first time in, like, 6 weeks. So we got to, like, catch up on a lot of stuff. Like, he's been around, but, like, since we've had the other part-time help, me and this new person, we've been doing all the paint shit so that way he can do all of the other things that need to be happening.
Businessy things.
Yeah, like all the businessy things. Like there's some new stuff that we've been working on. I mean, that's all I can say about that. And he's got to get that all set up like on the website and get like product photos done and get like all of these. So there's so many things. And, like there's new equipment that we're working on getting. And he's got to like do a bunch of calibration stuff and all of this for all of these things. So he's just been like, I'm going to do that because you've got the paint part and the order, like, on lockdown. I was like, yeah, I do. Let's go. So, like, we haven't been able to just, like, hang out and chat. But our part-time person is not here this week, which means Greg has to help me with paint. So we just got to, like, shoot shit for 6 hours and, like, catch up on all of our stuff. And that was really great because I've missed just, like, talking to him. So that was fun. But, yeah, we had all kinds of great stories, like the... like the fucking mystery alarm of my goddamn printer.
Very nice. You know, that was a not as successful Nancy Drew story.
Truly, oh my god, Nancy Drew would be so disappointed in me.
And the Hardy Boys.
But we made it. The Hardy Boys suck. I said it.
Okay. That's fine. I feel like you come down, like people in general, the plural, you come down on one side or the other. Like you were either Nancy Drew fans or Hardy Boys, or but never both. I've never met someone who's like, I like both of these series.
That's a very good point. Look, I'm just saying the Hardy Boys required a whole group of boys to do what Nancy did. I'm just...
Oh, Joe has banned the Hardy Boys.
Incredible.
You know, I feel really bad for like just the one viewer who's like, oh look, the Persona screen. Let's see. Wait, what did I do?
Well, this feels like the correct answer.
Mm-hmm.
No, he shook his head.
So,
Fuck.
Yeah. I like how that was a very directed takedown of the Hardy Boys. I recently, in the past week, experienced a very, what I'd like to call a delicate musical slam. And so there is a person I follow on YouTube who does a lot of music commentary on video game music. He's a professional opera singer by trade and brings a lot of nuance and like music theory and descriptions to popular video game music that's out there, like talking about themes and like what the composer was doing to like pull off these effects. And there was a short video that he put out last week where he's like, yeah, a lot of my viewers were recommending I listen to this song. It's like their favorite song from Skyrim. And he listened to it, and what he will normally do is like he'll listen for like 20 seconds, pause it, and then like insert commentary like, oh, you know, this is called recitative, and that's when the person speaks, and you use that to draw attention. That's not. So he like would occasionally pause and go like, oh, that's really powerful. And then like going through it again, and then I could tell there was a hard cut at the end, and then it resumed. And like the worst thing I feel like someone who's like that can say about your song is that like, yeah, you know, it's pretty like you get what you get with it, you know, it's just there. I'm like, oh, I know why that hard cut was there, because he probably just like went off on like there's like no depth whatsoever to this song. It's just like it is what it is.
Which like I mean, to be fair, like. Sometimes, like, music doesn't have to be deep or whatever. It's like, hey, you know what you're getting into with it. Just like food, it's just like, hey, it doesn't have to be, like, something special. You just have to know what it is and just be like, yes, I enjoy it for what it is. So, like, I don't think it's the worst thing. But when your whole channel is, like, talking about the depth of stuff, that is kind of
It's definitely out of place, and I could tell that edit was there because he's like, I'm gonna go off on this, but it's like so many of my viewers recommended this, I don't want to alienate them. So it's
Exactly.
like, yeah, like you get what you get, yeah.
God.
Like I would feel that was terrible. Like if I were interviewing with the job and the HR person is like, yeah, with James, you get what you get. Like, oh, yuck.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever a positive way to say that about a person. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I shall ask you again another time.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's like one of those like very skillful takedowns that like are kind of subtle if you cue into it. Like a friend of mine over the weekend kind of burst my bubble. So I'm a very big fan of like strategy games. So 4X games, grand strategy games, so like your Civilization games, your any Paradox interactive game. And I was talking to a friend of mine, so we played D&D, and I was just saying like, yeah, like this is what I did in Crusader Kings 3, and I was really excited. And he goes, yeah, you're a really big fan of watching maps change colors, aren't you? And I'm like, I couldn't even be angry. I could not even be angry because it was such a perfect, concise description of all of those games, and it frustrated me how perfect it was. Like, it doesn't matter if you like go political or cultural or wars or inheritance and clever marriages. Like, at the end of the day, you're just making the map change color really slowly.
All right.
And I hated it. I hated it so much because how perfect it was. And then I tried thinking about like every other genre of games out there, like JRPGs or Persona games, and I just couldn't think of anything that perfect, and that made me even more furious.
Yep. Oh,
So
that's incredible. By the way, I just finished Speed Reader, so I get through more reading, which reminds me, I need to figure out where else to get more books. I can take this one back to the library and maybe get something different, but I feel like there's a place I can buy books, and I should.
Yeah,
I'm running through what I have very quickly.
yeah, there's a bookstore in Central Street.
We should do that at some point.
Okay.
I'm saying we,
Ooh.
so I'm making this your problem as well.
Oh, okay.
to remind me.
No. I figured I knew what I was signing up for when you brought me on stream. This is all of our problems, Jen.
Oh no! She's gonna ask me a question.
How about you?
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, it's the fucking names.
That's correct.
If anyone gets that question wrong, you should just turn off the game and go read a book.
Yeah, but that's a perfect example of a question that, for Western audiences, very easy, but I'm sure for native Japanese speakers, they're like, huh.
Okay, yeah, I guess I am wondering how that would translate into different different kanji and stuff. So okay, all right.
Like it's like the in Persona 4 where you had to figure out like what ingredient to cook to make like the perfect thing you've never heard of before.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm sure like some 13-year-old Japanese kid knows exactly what this is, and I'm struggling. But then you get like, which July and August who is July and August named after? It's like, duh.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I take it back. If you're a native English speaker and you have all of the, if it's July and August to you and this also pops up in the same language and you get it wrong, turn it off. Go read a book.
Yeah, go read a book, and you could read it faster now because you finished your
speed reading. Oh God. Actually, Tuesday was an adventure. While I'm also trying to solve the mystery alarm thing that was going off, I should go back to this before I like lose track of all the things that happened in like a 40-minute period. So I was trying to like shovel breakfast in my mouth while I was doing this. So part of my breakfast was making toast. My toaster is, the only way I can describe it is thermodynamically broken.
Okay, those are some really big words to say that the heating element doesn't work in your toast.
No. Here's the tricky part. The toast came out toasted. It is crispy. It is brown, but it is not warm.
Huh.
How, you might ask? Great goddamn question. I don't
yes,
know. So my toaster is thermodynamically broken. It toasted without heat?
The only thing I can think of is if it just like went from room temperature to like 190 degrees instantly, seared the outside of the toast, and immediately turned off.
Like that would make sense. That could make sense, I guess, maybe technically, if it hadn't been in. It was in the toaster for regular toaster periods of time. It wasn't like it went immediately and I have to worry about it like burning the house down. Like, it took the normal amount of time, and as soon as it came out, I was like, cool. I plucked it out, and I did like the quick because I was expecting it to be hot, and I was like, oh, it's fine. And then I put butter on it, and as I'm holding it to put butter on it, I was like, butter's not melting. This is cool. It's room temperature still. What's happening? So, my toaster toasts, but doesn't make it warm.
Is it possible that there was just a lot of like
Nice
carbon
going.
buildup on like the wire mesh, so when it closed, it just imprinted the toast look on it, but it didn't actually cook it?
If it was black instead of brown, I would absolutely go with that. But no, it was like regular fucking toast.
So you basically made a Pittsburgh rare toast, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, definitely. And no, Carl, I didn't just walk away and forget about it, because I structure my breakfast making in such a way that I have, the toaster is right next to the stovetop, so it is put the toast in, but don't push it down. I put it in, I heat up my pan. Once the pan is hot enough, I put the eggs into it. As soon as the eggs get put into it, I push the toast down, and then the toast pops up, and I pull it out and put the butter on it, and at that point, I have flipped my eggs, and they are done cooking, and I can put them on the thing. It's a beautiful symphony.
As someone who has witnessed this, I can almost hear David Attenborough in the background commenting on it, like how consistent it is. It's like, Jen makes her way to the kitchen. The stovetop is the acceptable temperature. It is like clockwork.
Oh, I hate it, but it is true. It's like you watching maps change color.
Oh. It still hurts. It still hurts.
Look, just own your truth, James.
Yeah, I do like watching maps change colors slowly.
God. But okay. A great segui. Speaking of both toasters and stovetops.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
There was something that was on my notepad for the day that you were like, I have some questions.
Mm-hmm.
And to tie it really all together, this was a story that I got from Greg on yesterday.
Oh.
So for those who are unaware, Greg in the before time, I say in the before time, like before Turbo Duck was a thing, worked in film and stuff like Meredith and I and whatnot. But he's an on-set photographer, and so he does a lot of like the still shoots for promotional materials like movie posters and whatever, and for print ads for a variety of products and things like that. Oh no, exams are coming. I gotta answer questions. Fuck.
Also, it's the 4th of July, so happy birthday, America.
Yeah, there we go. So he was telling me a story about one of these photo shoots that he did, where, and I'm intentionally leaving out non-identifying details. So if you're like, what company or what I can't tell you. What I will tell you is the shoot they were doing, they were somewhere cold. They were doing this shoot outside in the cold and had been doing it for a couple of hours. And they're doing shots of someone's like hand. They've got like essentially like a hand model doing some shit. And what I did not know before the story is that the way they make nail polish look so good in these shoots is it is wet when they're taking these photos. So literally they're just like apply a coat, and while it's still wet, try to take a bunch of the pictures, and then like, okay, cool. While we figure out what other shots we need, let that dry, and then when it's time to go again, put a new coat on so it's freshly wet. That's why they always look so good and so shiny. It's not because they put a good high gloss top coat on it. It's because it's just goddamn wet. So they're outside and it's cold, and there's poor hand model has just been like, there's only so much she can do to make sure she doesn't fuck up her wet nail polish.
You know what? Hand models have had it too good for too long. They can suck it up.
So she's been very good all day about not touching things that could potentially fuck up the nail polish. But it's been a while, and there is a person on set who goes, "Oh my gosh, your hands must be so cold. Just like, do you want me to help warm them up?" And she goes, "That would be great." And I need you to understand that no one has an explanation for why this series of events occurred. All I can tell you is that this man takes 2 fresh grilled cheese sandwiches that had been provided by the crafty chef person that was there. It was like making warm things for everybody else who was on the thing. And he's holding these 2 grilled cheese sandwiches and just takes them and smushes her hand between them because it's nice and warm, like a little hand warmer. And that's how a grilled cheese completely ruined a photo shoot, because at that point, they can't do anything about it. It has ruined the nail polish in such a way that, like, cleaning it all up is, like, not a thing that can happen. Also, Chaos, thank you so much for the 5 years. That's 60 months. Holy shit. Thank you. Yeah. Truly an idiot sandwich. So, yeah, Greg started the story with, "Oh, did I ever tell you?" Because we were, like, just catching up on random stories. He's like, "I have to have told you about the time a grilled cheese ruined a photo shoot." And I was like, "You have not. I would remember that."
Now, if Zoolander has taught me anything, is that hand models are typically smarter than your average model. At no point did this model go, "Oh, like, could you just get me, like, a blanket or a something that's not grilled cheese?"
It felt like maybe the series of events was, she was like, "Oh yes, something would be great," and he just did this in, like, that kind of, not like lightning fast, but like did it quick enough that nobody's brain had time to go, "Are those sandwiches? What are you doing? Hold on, stop, don't do that." Like, it's one of those things, you watch it happen and you're like, my brain can't comprehend what it's witnessing, so I cannot formulate a response quick enough.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I've never really had that where I've watched something. My favorite thing that'll happen is when I'm watching Jeff do something. I love Jeff. He does not have a great reaction time. So he's really great to play Mario Kart with, for the record. Against.
Yeah. My children will destroy him in Mario Kart.
So he doesn't have, like, great reaction time. So when I'm watching him do something and I'm like, I have already seen what's going to happen in the next 4 seconds. Like, I have seen the future. It's going to go poorly, and I need him to stop. I can't use words, because by the time I get the words out, he then has to process the words before he will do the thing the word said, and then it's too late. So, if I'm watching something happen, like he's going to put hot grilled cheese sandwiches on someone's wet nail polish, all that, just sound comes out, and it's never the same. But it's always like, just something like that. Mm-hmm. And then he knows that means freeze. And then I can do the words. I'm like, here's why you should stop the action you're about to complete.
So I think that's one of the many reasons you and I get along, because I don't know if Jamf is in chat right now, but we have a similar relationship where I will see something about to happen and I can't articulate it fast enough, knowing of, like, just me to articulate it and then to have someone process it. So I just make, like, incomprehensible noises. Yeah. And that usually, like, over the course of a very long, fruitful marriage, it is implied that, like, something's about to happen.
Yes. Sassy, I forgot about that one. Yeah. It's exactly like that.
Hey, Jam.
Hey, Jamp! I miss you. Anyways, that's how a grilled cheese ruined a photo shoot. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, my usual incomprehensible noises are just like, ah! Or my personal favorite is just yelling, "Jeb!"
What was it? There was something, it was while I was at work. I should go hang out with Dr. Man. Because I can't get to Robbie Damon right now. And I'm not worried about Ponytail because I only need to get her to, like, 5. So I haven't hung out with her in a while, but I am not as concerned.
And it has been a month for me. It took me longer than it should have to, like, do the crosswalk of Ponytail. Okay, I know. Okay, yeah, got it.
Ponytail, Gwen, Robbie Damon,
Matt Mercer, not Kanji.
Not Kanji.
Kyoko, got it.
Yeah, there's a lot happening here. I had words and I lost them. Oh yeah, no. So I was at work, I was working the filling machine for all the bottles, and the machine is ornery, to say the least. So
It's a bird. It's a bird.
yes, it's a bird. Just gonna go with it. So it's this pump. You set a particular volume on it, and it's supposed to dispense that volume. Whether it's because this machine has literally never been calibrated, or it's just very old and then also not been calibrated, I don't know what it is. But it is not consistent, to say the least, even within a single batch of paint, much less across different batches of paint, because different colors sometimes have like a little bit different viscosities and so on and so forth.
Air pressure's been
So
dropping.
the bottles that we use are 20 milliliter bottles, but I routinely have to set the machine anywhere to between 22.5 milliliters all the way up to like 28 to get it to actually fill it. And usually over the course of bottling something, I'm having to continuously adjust it, like bump it up and so on and so forth. I don't know why. This thing is, again, a bird. So I had just finished bottling a paint where I had to like crank it really high to get it to dispense everything it needed to dispense. And I forgot to drop it back down for the next one. Because usually I'll just reset it to that 22 to see like how that paint's behaving that day, and then adjust accordingly.
You'd rather undershoot than overshoot.
Exactly, because overshooting is a whole fucking mess.
Both metaphorically and literally.
Yeah, it's mostly a literal mess, because then it just the proper scientific term for it is blorps. It blorps out of the bottle, and then it's all over. It.
Oh, from the Greek blorkaris,
Yes.
which means to make a mess.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it. You've been there. You got to get into those roots. So, because then it makes a huge mess of the apparatus that like holds the bottle itself, your hands, the nozzle, like all the things. You got to take everything apart and like clean it before you can start again. And so I'm starting to fill a bottle, and I'm recognizing that the speed at which the bottle is filling is too damn high, and that like I am going to get the blorp. I'm going to get the blorp. So the machine operates off of a foot pedal. It's just like it's just a basic actuator. It's like you just tap the foot pedal, turn it on, and then it automatically turns off when it gets to the 0 on the dispensing amount that you've set. And then you put the new bottle on, hit it again, so on and so forth. It is a very coordinated dance of doing things with 2 hands and 1 foot. And it's very funny when my brain gets confused on which step it's on and hits the wrong thing, and then shenanigans happen.
Don't ever learn to play the organ.
No, this is all the evidence I need for why I actually could never figure out how to play piano. So I am watching this happen, and I've not been able to replicate the sound that I made. That was me telling myself to stop the thing. So like the sound that I made when I like panic hit the foot pedal to force it to stop, was just like just something like that, and like it's not a sound I've ever made before, especially not in the presence of Em or Greg. And I make the sound, and I did manage to get it to stop before it blorped. But whatever sound involuntarily came out of me was so funny that we had to stop everything we were doing for a few minutes because they were just laughing too hard.
Perfect.
So there. Fucking Dr. Man. Yeah, fucking help him.
It's open.
So yeah, it was good. Sound effects, yo.
Yeah, it's absolutely, everyone should have good sound effects, whether it's blorp or jeb, and you really, I know it's a 1-syllable word, but you really gotta like break it into 2 syllables to have that rising stress on it.
Yeah.
For it to work properly.
Maybe that's why my printer made that sound.
Maybe.
The second tone was, it was two different tones. The second one was higher, had the rising thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So pathos did spell onomatopoeia correctly, and what bothers me so much about that word is that I was never a good speller in school, and I learned how to spell onomatopoeia because I thought, like, if I could learn one big word to spell and that would just be my go-to word. It did not help me in the third grade spelling bee when I was out in the first round because the word canoe does not have a K in it. So, but I could spell onomatopoeia. So there's that.
Incredible. Dude, all of these things feel like they're for very intentional people. But he's not really a desk person. Is he? And he doesn't feel like he observes anything. I don't think any of this is helpful for him.
Yeah, at the very least, even if it's not the ideal gift, it still gets one music note.
Well, okay, here's the thing, is I very distinctly remember you saying that when I was like, hey, does it matter what gifts I give to people? And you were like, no, because it still gets you at least one music note. And whatever it was I gave to somebody had no effect, and we were both just like, oh.
Yeah, well, maybe you just suck, I don't know.
Wow. Like, you're not wrong, but wow. I'm gonna try to look it up. I'm also gonna try to, while I'm looking this up, I'm not going very far. I'm gonna be gone for 15 seconds, but clearly the AC upstairs has not kicked on, and it's getting real fucking toasty up here. So I'm gonna go yell at my thermostat real quick.
Okay. Hey, chat.
It's 76 up here.
Yeah. Hey, chat. How are you doing? Hopefully you're a little cooler than Jen is right now in her 76-degree streaming / art room.
Because it's 76, but then I've got all the lights pointed at me. Oh.
Yeah, and those lights are hot.
Yeah,
let me
they
tell
are.
you. Metric wants to know which shape is soup. It's the shape of whatever container you put it in.
That's exactly what I said, because this question came up earlier, and then I further elaborated. It's like, it's whatever shape you put it in. So, like, soup doesn't have a shape. But I will say that if you put soup in a square bowl, it does feel wrong. Something about the corners. And I think it's because, like, the corners, like, because of, like, surface tension or whatever, like, it gets, like, trapped in the corners, and it just, like, it feels dirty, I guess? As the
it's like one of those fancy restaurants that give you the square soup bowls. You're like, what am I gonna do with this?
Yeah, I've not seen it often, but I've seen it enough to know it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, good news, fountain pen is a good one for him.
Yeah. So if a square bowl, I guess you can't have a square bowl. If you have a square container is too squarey for soup, how many angles can you get to before it's acceptable? Like, would a hexagon be enough? Do you need to get up to like a dodecahedron?
Well, here's the thing, as I feel like more angles is better, because more angles brings it closer
Right.
to a circle.
Right, so like, what is that break even? Where does that break point? Is it like a 12-sided bowl? But it's like, that's enough to be circular enough, or is it 14? Is it 20?
I feel like, not like I've seen a lot of bowls of this variety of straight edges and with soup in them. I feel like once the angle opens up to more than 90 degrees, it's better. I think it's when it's so close to itself that it starts to trap the liquid, like a nice open angle. Like, now it's a little bit more like, oh, it's gonna actually fully drain into the bottom of the bowl. I feel like that helps. So I think just anything larger than a square, but I've not seen a hexagonal bowl. I don't know.
Yeah, so Jamf is calling me out when we were wedding registry shopping that I apparently like a China pattern with square bowls.
Okay.
I don't remember that, but I believe her because she's always right. So apparently I have terrible. Ooh, you really liked that?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, the fountain pen was the good shit. Oh,
Be careful, okay?
Yeah, and thankfully it did get your veto, Jamf.
Okay, So Carl, we're gonna talk about this very briefly, and because I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to get a lot of details wrong. But Carl's brought up, so there's still the writer strike going on. Which, like, hey, everybody should strike. I am glad the UPS thing seems to have been resolved, or at least I think they still have to vote on it, but it sounds like maybe that one will be better. Which is good. The fact that they had to fight that hard to get fucking AC in those fucking trucks is insane. But for the writer's strike, Carl's like, okay, so ABC has hired scab writers to work on General Hospital whilst the show's actual writers are on strike for fair pay and working conditions. So that gets into a really weird spot because General Hospital is not struck work. The writers are striking in solidarity with the writers that are under struck work. But General Hospital goes into, I don't remember exactly what the agreement is called, but there is an agreement for certain, like, for soap operas and for, like, talk shows that, like, they are not part of the strike. They are not part of the struck work, but some of those people are striking in solidarity. So, yeah, so they're striking in solidarity. So these writers that are coming on for are technically scabs, but they're not scabs, they're because there's a difference between, like, the scabs and people who cross the picket line. Those are two separate ideas, and I don't remember which direction they go in, but it's like, they are doing work that should be done by people who are striking, but the people who are striking are not striking a struck production. It gets fucking weird. It's super weird. So, like, yes, kind of gross that other people are coming in and doing the writing. But on the other hand, it's not struck work, so, like, it's not a black mark against it, and people gotta eat. I get it. So it's like, if it's not struck and you got bills to pay, like, I can't super hold that against you. If you're working on struck work, fuck you. But yeah, it's a whole shit. It's a whole shit. It's a wild time.
So this is going to be a very poor segue, but in terms of, like, icky feeling of, like, not able to, like, quite able to, like, put your finger on it, and I bring this up because hopefully while Jamf is still awake in chat, we recently watched a documentary around college sorority rushes, and this documentarian was following, like, 5 girls their freshman year, or, like, they were about to be freshmen, and how they wanted to, like, rush sorority, and how it's like you have to prep for it, like prep even before you start college. Yeah, the Bama Rush.
Yeah.
That, like, they're trying to become, like, a TikTok presence so that they have, like, an online, like, footprint that people can see, and, like, it was really uncomfortable to see, like, how much stress, energy, and money went into trying to get into a sorority, to the point where I think the thing that offended me the most about this documentary is that there are consulting companies out there where, for a fee, they will coach you on how to, like, interview well with your rush and, like, try to get into your number one sorority, which is like, these are 18-year-old girls trying to talk to 20-year-old girls about them joining their sorority, and there's consulting companies out there, and it's like, I understand, like, as an economist, that where there's money, there's going to be, like, industries that pop up around it, but, like, sorority rushes, that, like, that's where, like, there's consulting companies, it's so, like, it's like those not scabbing workers on a soap opera. It's like, well, kind of, like, I don't know how to feel about this. Like, it feels wrong, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, it feels wrong to, yeah, I agree that it feels wrong. For me, if I had to explain it, I feel like it feels wrong because it does feel I already think a lot of the sorority and fraternity system is just by nature very exploitive. So the idea that somebody is exploiting the exploitive system, like, exploiting people that are trying to get into the system, like, it feels icky, because I'm like, I already disagree with a lot of how that system already operates. So that's how I would say that.
Yeah. It's like one of those, it's just like one of the, and, you know, Jamf is saying that rush consultants are not a new thing. it is for me. Like I learned that was the one thing I learned in that documentary. It's like, oh my god, this is an industry. So
Yeah.
like and I knew it was like almost like it's like a franchise, you know. It's like, oh, you want to be a SIGEP on our campus, and like this is our chapter. Like I kind of got that it's like a franchise, and that the fraternity HQ is, it's about bringing in dues and money, but like all of the other things that have sprung up ancillary to it was just eye-opening.
Yeah.
Like it's not isolated to just like, oh, you go to college, this is your chapter of this national fraternity, and it's like, oh, like the consultants and all. It's like, oh, yuck. And I have 2 daughters, Jen, and I saw this. I'm like, no, I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to get like that phone call when they're 17. Like, I want to be in the sorority, and I don't know why my daughters are gonna talk like this, but
Oh God, I would be very upset if they suddenly started talking like that.
I know.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the game for a second.
Okay.
So, I don't think I can go hang out with any of my list of 3 people you told me I absolutely had to right now.
Okay.
Because
I'm sorry. Go on. I didn't mean to.
yeah,
interrupt.
I was gonna say, so I haven't met the not chess person, shogi or whatever it is. So I haven't met them yet. I don't know if I can meet them at night though.
That is the only time you can meet them.
Oh, good. So maybe we go do that, because that was also on my list you gave me.
Sure.
Where do I fucking go
so
for that?
Pull up your station map so you can see the whole city. Keep going right. It should be like Konya. Keep going right.
Oh God. Oh, Konda.
Oh, there it is. Konda.
Okay.
There it is.
Cool. Oh,
There's-
that's right. It's a church. Okay.
And
Hello.
she's the one with dots above her head.
Cool. I mean, that guy also has dots above his head, but I don't really want to talk to him. I already don't like that I'm here.
Hey, hey.
You didn't spontaneously combust yet.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, which one of these is the more... I don't actually know the culture to know which one of these is, like, the proper, like, formal thing.
Chan is more of like hey, girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, San is more formal.
Okay, good.
What?
I was like, I want to do this right, but I actually don't know what the right one is. I had words, and I also... Oh, yeah, just to, like, circle back to a thing that Carl said. So, Flash asked about the fact that, like, House of the Dragon is still in production. So, yeah, so UK... It's not a matter of what the working conditions are or what their contracts are or anything like that. It is... SAG-AFTRA is a US-based union. Everybody who's in that production is in a different union. It does not matter. Like, it's not a difference in working conditions, whether one is better or worse, or contracts are better or worse, or anything like that. It is simply, this union is striking because their contracts are currently up for discussion. They reached the end of, like, their predetermined life cycle, and they're like, cool, let's talk about what a new one is. And people were unhappy about the things. So they struck, and literally the UK one, part of their rules and requirements is they are literally not allowed to strike in solidarity with international unions. So they might have their own issues, and when their contracts are up, that might... I don't know. I know what a lot of the SAG conditions are, because I had to be aware of a lot of them related to travel while I was doing all the travel coordinator stuff. It's a completely different beast. It's not a thing you can compare.
Yeah. Whoever negotiated that last contract for SAG really did a good job on the Grand Theft Auto coverage. So good for them.
No, that's the WGA. So actually, that wasn't even the No, that was the DGA, because this was a director, not the writer. So there are different. So the WGA is also on strike. I don't think the DGA is, though. So, so the DGA apparently has really good coverage for stealing a car and driving it across multiple state lines. Any hoodles. Something about talking... This facial expression... This person, this feels very... She scares me. I don't know why. She's making me nervous. I feel like she's gonna stab me at some point. DGA folded like a lawn chair in a hurricane. Oh, yeah. My overflowing charm. That's gross. I don't like that. But I'm learning. What I'm learning is I had to have a certain charm level to even be able to talk to her.
Yeah, if you didn't have enough, she would have stabbed you with the bishop. Whatever the bishop
The
equivalent
guy in
is.
the bed or the piece. I like the idea of her stabbing me with the man.
No. The priest stabs you with the bishop. I'll let you figure out how that happened.
I'm gonna go to the church. Do I need to pay attention to the things you're saying? No, I'm not here to pray. I'm here to harass you. Like, you came here to do this in peace, and I am purposely interrupting that peace. I am an asshole.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
But you're a criminal, so you're allowed to be.
That's true. Yeah, ask her. Why would I come all the way to don't ask her? What the fuck? The cat's gonna yell at me.
I came here to go to the confessional.
Yes? Can I help you?
Oh, it's voice acted. All right, here we go.
Hey, this is Sam Riegel's sister, by the way,
Oh,
who also was
good.
Marie in Persona 4.
Oh boy. This feels like it's got a weird connotation that I don't know how to put into words, but I don't like it. And this is an asshole thing. So just can you teach? But it also feels weird to be like, oh, you're clearly like really good. It's like, can you teach me? Like this feels like this is like a mansplain session waiting to happen. Ugh.
Huh?
God.
You don't necessarily have to learn from me, you know.
Which is
There
a
are
very
other
reasonable
options.
response.
Exactly.
Such as playing online.
Yeah, there's literally so many options that don't involve talking to me. Please go away. The eyes narrowed. She's gonna stab me.
Sorry. I just can't. Well then,
This is so uncomfortable.
so you like shogi?
Well, I did just ask you to teach me. I clearly don't know how to play. Ooh. Oh, I hate both of these. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna hear that.
Like me? You're a bit strange.
Only a
but
bit?
Thank you.
Please go.
Okay, just a quick game then. 20 seconds per move, if that's all right with you.
What if I said no? I don't. I did ask her to teach me, so she should know I don't know how to play. Part of me just wants to go, yeah, fine, that's great.
Yeah, play it cool. You're overflowing with charm. You're just trying to play it cool as you're like internally screaming in your brain.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, fine with me.
I'll start.
This seems like a bad idea.
So this is your skill level, huh?
Oh boy.
The dragon which governs the blue sky has fallen into my hands. How do you intend to survive this?
I don't know if this is like a crazy metaphor or that was a series of pieces that she just named and that is an actual thing in this.
So, I'm not gonna lie, after playing Persona 5, I looked up some of the basic rules of shogi just to learn more about it. What I take from what she's saying is like someone saying, you've opened with the Italian offense. I'm going to counter you with the Dutch knight defense, followed by a queen's gambit. Like, those are like,
Got it.
Like known tactics, I guess, would be the best way of putting it.
Check. It's checkmate no matter how you look at it. Please concede.
Please just give up. No.
To concede is an act of admitting that you have lost with grace. If you aspire to become a shogi player, I recommend that you take your study of the game to heart.
I feel like either answer was going to result in the exact same dialogue response.
Thank you for playing. Well then, that will be all for today. If it's all right with you, may I request another match sometime?
I mean, are you going to teach me anything or just kick my ass
I
constantly?
feel a gambler's spirit emanating from you, which is strange, since your style of play is that of a complete novice.
Oh, she figured it out, Jen.
Huh?
What do you mean, huh? I asked if you could teach me. I literally opened with that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Farron, shut up. How dare you? How dare you? God.
However, I will
That
instruct you under one condition.
game is something.
You become my playing partner so that I can research new moves. Is that agreeable?
Thank you, parents. Sounds good to me.
Thank you very much.
Oh, the thing's gonna happen. Here we go. Here we go.
Well then, it's a deal.
Oh, she said the words. It's
I'll
a
teach you how to
deal.
play, and
Yep.
you'll assist me with my new moves.
Yep.
Yeah.
There goes the calendar. Yep.
Hey, you know what? That calendar doesn't have to advance too far at this point.
God.
We found a bunch of shogi pieces in your pocket.
I think that quite advanced strategies are necessary to succeed at that many criminal acts.
I don't know. I've already done 3 of them without a person, so.
And yours weren't by the wit of an amateur. You had a professional who regularly deals with such tactics.
Yep.
You have an idea on who that is, don't you?
No, I worked with somebody, but I also have no idea.
Yeah. I like that Sai keeps coming out. It's like you had a professional helping you, like with acrobatics and with strategy. Like these are all just high school kids.
It's
I'm
Like,
right.
the wings of rebellion that
It's like
break it by
maybe
chains
you
of
all need to
captivity.
step up your game a little bit.
With
Yeah.
the birth of the star persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
I'm constantly weirded out by which words are red. Like I feel like there's got to be a reason for that.
uh, so yeah, that's the reason I wanted you to meet her, because now your bench warmers, you can swap them in during combat. So like if someone's like really low on SP, you can bring in someone who's fully topped off to
Hell
help
yeah.
out. in the fight.
Okay, all right. That's
All right.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, let's end here for today.
Yay! Give me that little music
Yeah.
note. Oh yeah!
Oh, I did not know you were that close. That's awesome that Sam Regal's sister gave you level 4 knowledge.
All right.
Oh, beautiful.
I probably should stop referring to her. That she has a name. Her name's Eden Regal. She's a very
you for
wonderful
today.
person and
I
very
mean-
talented.
I mean, we were already giving a bunch of people nicknames. It's just now it's just like another layer to it.
Yeah.
What? Oh, is this essentially cell phone numbers?
Yeah.
Not like give me your driver's license. Give me your state ID. You're me now. I'm you.
Yeah. I am Val. Thou art I.
Taking that to a whole new level.
Yeah.
God.
I like that you're gonna like roll in late. Sojiro's like, "Where have you been?" It's like, "I met a girl at a church. We
Yeah.
played shogi." It's like, I don't know where to begin with that statement.
Oh, it's like this can't all be true. Oh fuck, who is it gonna be?
This
Okay.
humidity
Hi,
is
Mercer. Oh boy, we're getting closer. It's finally happening.
Do you think we'll make it before the end of the stream?
No, it's already after 9.
Okay.
There's no way.
Oh. Well, it is after 9. Are we open to talk about D&D?
We can talk about DG. There's one other thing I want to talk about because it cracked me up. And I want to talk about, well, I still think it's funny, because I'm afraid if I sit on it for another week, I'm going to be like, oh, that wasn't that funny, and I'll never bring it up, and no one else will get to experience this joy. So I was driving home from work yesterday. God, was this yesterday? My sister sent me a message of some kind, and like I've got my Android Auto set up, so that way like the car, like I'm driving, the car just like read it out to me. And my response, so I'm text-to-speeching because I'm driving. So I do a text-to-speech or speech-to-text, and I say, "Oh shit, that's awesome." And the way my car does it, I don't know if this is what everybody's does, is I did the speech-to-text, and then it will read back to me what it wrote down, so that way I can say like, yes, that was correct, or no, to like try to redo it if it picked up a word weird. So I say, "Oh shit, that's awesome." And my car comes on and is reading it back to me. He goes, Oh, beep. That's awesome. It censored my own word back to me.
Wow.
And it fucking, like, it sent the actual word, but it would not say it out loud. And I thought that was incredible. I was not expecting it, and I laughed so hard.
It would have been really funny if it sent that to Sassy with the beep.
Yeah. Oh, wait, and that's kind of what I expected, because I've seen other speech to text kind of things where, like, if you were to, like, say a swear, it just puts asterisks in, and like, that's stupid. The fact that it left the word in but wouldn't say it out loud I was like, this is incredible, and I'm so happy this just occurred. Santorquez wants us to drink water. Everybody do it. Grab your cups! Hydrate.
Done. Yeah. Well,
Did I do the original hydrate like an hour ago? I don't know. Everybody drink more water.
Yeah. We don't have to hit D&D right now. I only have 2 things on my post-it note that are D&D related, and I have a ton of other things. So, you're the streamer, Jen. You direct me.
Okay. Well, first of all, Farron, when I need Farron to be very clear. When did you put that order in? Because if you put it in after 3 today, that means it hasn't been packed yet, which means I pack it tomorrow, and that's gonna be great. Was it only Crystal Cavern? Because I pack them, and if I see names I recognize, I write notes on the packing slips. Anyways. Do I have anything else on my list? Oh, there was the other thing on my list that you're like, I have questions about this.
Yeah.
I learned about a new conspiracy theory. I mean, it's new to me. I don't know how old this conspiracy theory is. Oh, you bought it at, like, your local gaming store. Okay, got it. Well, I like Crystal Cavern. I hope you enjoy it. I thought you would put it in order, and I was very excited. So, I thought flat earthers were nuts. I think this one might take the cake.
Okay.
There are people who are like, trees?
Trees. Okay.
Not real. The trees we have are not real. The trees we have are effectively weeds and are not actually trees. And they point at like big old like mesas and plateaus and kind of the shapes of those and are like, look, this is shaped exactly like the leftover stump of a cut down tree. And they're like, it's the same kind of like surface textures, like all of these big plateaus or whatever are just like petrified, fossilized remains of trees, of the original trees. So like fucking huge things. Those would have to be, of course. So there are people who are like, yeah, the things that we know as trees are like little baby like weeds and seedlings are not actually trees. Actual trees have been extinct for millions of years or whatever. And these plateaus are all that's left of them. So I learned that there are people who are like, yes, this is the truth. My favorite part of this is the idea that like they're pointing at cut stumps as their evidence for this, which means they're implying something else cut down these massive fucking trees, and I want to talk about whatever that is.
Wait. Let me get this straight. These people are saying that the trees that we call trees because we're rational human beings are not trees, and that mesas are cut down tree stumps, and they think that those are giant tree stumps because they looked at actual tree stumps, which aren't trees to them, and said, this looks similar to the giant mesa thing.
That's the other part of it that I really like.
Okay. I'm just making sure that they're using they're not tree stumps as a comparison to mesas to say that the tree stump they just looked at is not actually a tree stump. Okay.
I think their explanation is that like the trees that we have are like they're like technically trees the same way that like the way we would see like a sapling and then see like a fucking redwood and be like this is technically a tree, but, like, it's going to be a tree. Like, so, like, all of the trees we have, if we would stop cutting them down, would eventually become that large, but because we suck, we cut them all down and they die and whatever. So they'll never reach that size. I think that's the implication. So it's like, oh, this is like a little baby version, and so, like, the cut baby version looks exactly like this, so this must be the adult version.
Yeah, it sounds like these are people who've played Elden Ring a little too much and think the big golden tree in the middle of the map's like, yes, this is our reality now.
Yeah. So anyway, so I learned about that and my brain stopped for a minute, and I just needed everyone else to have to fucking deal with that too. Cause wow. Cause I thought Flat Earth was bad.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite part about that conspiracy theory is that I can mathematically show how stupid they are in the logic there. It's like, oh, I can actually, like, write this out as an equation of showing you why you're wrong. I don't get to do that often, and it's
always
awesome.
really exciting when you get all the evidence to be like, I can show you objectively how stupid you are. This is great. Oh, my phone went pee-pee! Oh, who is that? What are we talking about? He's talking to me like I'm supposed to know what these words mean.
Again, like, if you were a 13-year-old Japanese boy, you're like, yeah, of course.
No, but he's talking about, like, a person.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the manja yaka.
Oh, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, like, I also have no idea what the fuck that is, but, like, I don't know who this person is. He's
Basically,
clearly an
Ryuji-
adult because he's getting drunk.
Yeah, basically Ryuji's saying, like, yeah, old man Wilkins is at the Krispy Kreme throwing bottles at people again.
That's exactly what that sounds like. Get intel. What legitimately, James, what is he talking about?
I'm guessing this is related to one of your mementos, like, mini heart changes.
Oh, is this the guy who was fucking up, like, breaking into places, and, like, when we went to go confront his shadow, he was like, oh, there's somebody worse that he's answering to?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, he's gonna notice you. Don't do that. No, absolutely not. I don't get dragged into that.
Oh, sorry, I need to go hang out with my other
teacher.
friend. I need to hang out with my teacher.
Oh, no, I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this. No.
Yep.
Oh, God. I'm afraid to look at what else is happening on my phone. Oh, and now
yes.
Gwen's bringing up the red light district.
Yes. So, someone mark this, please. Thank you.
Look, I know Gwen's been having a time. But this is a little far.
Happy month of the mistress.
I gotta see what she's fucking talking about, though. Oh my God. Okay, again, that issue. Again, it sounds like a thing I'm supposed to remember. Sure, yeah, this is getting more concerning. Even more, it's a Tuesday.
Yes, the answer is yes, Jen. This is what the founding fathers would have wanted.
Oh my God. I'm glad she's unfamiliar with the area.
I can catch you up if you
Please
don't remember.
Please do.
Yep. So at the very beginning of her social link, she mentioned that she heard that you had to go to the red light district to find out more about Kanashiro, but she heard that one of the Shujin students is going there, and she's worried that, like, she's being taken advantage of, so she wants to, like, try to intervene.
Okay, great. Okay. I feel like I should go, just because it's gonna bump that bond up, and I think my Tuesday thing is I can try to go hang out with Robbie tonight, because I think he's there on Tuesdays.
Correct.
So, I think we'll do that. Yes, go hang out with Gwen. So many tangented things happened there. I only got one non-D&D thing left on my list, and then we can go deep dive into the D&D things, because I actually have several D&D things I want to talk about, which is wild.
Yay! That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, just wait till I talk about them. I will. I'm going to tell you right now before you get nervous. I'm not going to talk about the obvious thing, but there's a lot of other stuff.
Okay, is it because the obvious thing is on my post-it note?
Oh, I don't know now. Oh God. Anyways, moving on. So my final non-D&D thing is I learned something earlier that I'm sure this is either brand new information or people are like, yeah, duh. There is no in between.
Like people, like you're either Nancy Drew or Hardy Boys.
Exactly. So the Hardy Boys would say they knew this even if they didn't. I just get that vibe from them. So like in a bunch of like Mario games, like Mario 64 and all this stuff, you hear like Mario always goes like, "It's me, Mario!" Like everybody knows that. Like you make jokes about it. Somebody pointed out that Itsumi, which sounds a lot like Itsumi, and so now the question is, which one is he actually saying? Itsumi is an actual Japanese word that means super. So he's literally saying Super Mario. It's me, Mario! Super Mario! He's fucking saying that!
Oh, my mind is just blown.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, like, it's all over the wall. We're gonna have to clean that up. Sorry, Jim.
Oh my god! That was way too graphic. So yeah, I saw that earlier, and I was like, holy shit, that's kind of, like, really cool. So yeah, because of the accent, it sounds like it's a me, and it makes sense, but Itsumi is...
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, Pathos hit the nail right on the head. James mind blorp.
Yeah.
A
mind blorp.
Mind blorp, which is a terrible D&D spell.
Oh, that was the other thing, is what was it, what was the thing that came up? Brain barrier?
Brain barrier.
Brain barrier came up in a conversation between you and me the other day, and I was like, well, shit. Like, she's like, that sounds like a spell. I was like, I gotta figure out what that spell is, which I think is just a spell. I think that's just non-detection.
Yeah. Either that or it's when an elective devourer casts shield.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, yeah, it's me Mario blorped my mind. I forgot how much I love her little casual outfit. It's I hate these people with the selfie stick though. Hate
We're tourists in the red light. We're tourists in the red light district. Let's take pictures.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there actually. Now that you've pointed it out that way.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
what? Go ahead.
I can't see NPC faces, but oh look, it's the people with the selfie stick walking by the people with the selfie stick. Hey, look, here they are again, walking right past.
Oh god, yeah. That's you're not wrong. Yeah, great. I love that. All right. So what's some of your? I've got two D&D things on my list.
Yeah, I also have two D&D things. So, my Friday campaign, we beat the final boss. We beat him.
Okay.
And we did it in the most anticlimactic way possible. So, where we last left off, we got betrayed by a beloved NPC who knocked us all out in our time machine, and instead of going into the future where we needed to find someone, we went 5,000 years into the past and are in serious jeopardy of messing so many things up in the timeline.
I need to be clear. I'm not laughing at you telling your very serious story about what happened to your characters and your NPC, and I'm very that's a lot, and we're gonna get back to that in a second. I'm laughing because Makoto just did a big old like info dump on the red light district, and my response was, "You're very, very well informed." And she goes, "I heard a great deal about it from my father," which the player, knows what that means, but my poor character has probably drawn a series of conclusions.
Yes, very much so.
All right.
We need to. It's like, Gwen, we need to talk after this mission. Are you okay?
Look,
do you need to talk?
Look,
are you safe?
Gwen's dad sucks, so.
Tracking.
Yeah. But he is alive, which just sounds like this one isn't. So, Anyways, that's a whole other thing.
When was the last Gwen? When was the last time Gwen talked?
Don't no. Don't. I was like, don't. I was had a mouthful of water. I was like, do not ask that question.
Okay. Anyway,
it's
let me tell you my D&D story.
Yes, you go back to your story, and then maybe we could circle back to that if we have time.
Yeah. So we're 5,000 years in the past. We are at a coronation of the Fae Court when the Maiden of Summer and the Maiden of Winter are going to become the queens of Summer and Winter. It's a very big thing, and we know historically something very bad happened there. But we don't know if it's a closed loop timeline or we're creating a new one. So we don't know if our NPC friend was responsible for the bad thing that happened at the coronation, or it was outside of that and we're like seriously messing up the timeline. But anyway, what happened was the NPC used a magic jar to switch his soul with someone else's soul, and he is body hopping through this coronation, and we are desperately trying to figure out who it is. And like everyone is like trying to figure out like, okay, maybe we do like detect thoughts, or we do zones of truth, or like we're trying to see like who's acting weird. And there's probably about 70 NPCs at this party. Like the DM has gotten probably maybe 40 like actual tokens on Roll20, but he is saying 70 for it. And we're struggling because he keeps hopping and hopping and hopping and hopping, but we have his original body. It's comatose. But even if we kill his physical body, his soul can keep hopping.
Yeah.
And it would actually, be very detrimental to whomever's soul was swapped. So after about like 30 minutes of everyone trying to figure this out, my character remembers that he has a very special magic item that messed up our demi-lich. It is a Helm of Disjunction, which ends all magical effects and spells within a 300-foot radius of the helmet.
That's huge. That's a huge radius.
Yeah. So my guy just saunters up to the middle of this coronation, and in character, he goes, "I apologize for what's about to happen." And the DM goes, "Wait, what are you going to do?"
It's never a
And I'm
thing
like-
as a DM you want to hear from your players.
Yeah. And go, "I am going to activate the Helm of Disjunction." And I see the joy leave our DM's eyes as he's flipping through the book to look up the exact nature of the spell and magic jar. In the instant, the magic jar fails, and the soul of our betrayer goes back into his body, which is currently surrounded by 3 of our party members, all leveling level 6 spells at him, and we just vaporize him in 6 seconds.
Oh, man.
So this big like whodunit, this Hardy Boys meets Nancy Drew. We're gonna figure out where he is. Instantly gets nuked with a Helm of Disjunction that ends all magical effects within a 300-foot radius, which is just the icing on the cake that helmet has ruined 2 boss encounters now.
Oh, God. It's one of those things that, like, as a DM, when you're gonna give your players some kind of magic item, you try really hard to think about all the ways it could come back to bite you, but you're like, I want to give them cool stuff, and you never spend enough time thinking about all the ways it's gonna fuck you. And then something like that happens, and you're like, yeah, I did that. I did that to myself.
Yeah. No, to him, he gave me item, like, everyone in our group has something that they excel at, and I freely admit that there are certain people in the group who are just better at solving mysteries than me. I am not ashamed to say that. What I excel at is taking what you give me, and I will use it in unconventional ways if I think it will help the party out. And I can trace that back to the very first campaign I ever played in 3rd edition. It was our DM was a very tough DM, and like if you don't play optimally, you will get a total TPK.
Shit, I didn't mean to
So
hit
like,
that button.
Welcome.
No! Fuck.
Ooh, tutorial.
Mistakes have happened. Oh, can I leave? Can I leave? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Where's the fucking...
It's in, I think it's in Shinjuku.
That's what I thought, but it was like, it just said red light district, so then I was like, I must be wrong.
Oh, no. It would be in go left.
Fuck! My B button is not where I want it to be!
That sounds like a... Oh, look how many people are in Shinjuku. You have 3 people.
That's separate. Okay, yeah, that's great. Where are darts? Oh my God.
Go left.
Oh,
to
that's what it is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ. I just rode the train a whole bunch. Alright, where...
He's not there.
What?! I'm
I don't
so mad!
I don't know what to say. He's not there.
Okay, well, I've been planning on doing that this whole time. I haven't been able to progress any of his shit because I can never find him. This is a problem. I guess I would have known that he's not here because it didn't have the little marker over it.
Yeah.
But I was so mad about trying to just get to the goddamn station. I went, okay, so I guess where do I... Is this like Persona 4 where I can't progress anybody's shit at night other than him, I guess?
There's other people you can progress. I mean, there were 3 people in Shinjuku. Maybe let's see if...
I guess my quick... Because I remember in Persona 4, even if I found a person, I couldn't... None of their shit would progress at night.
Yeah. No, people can progress at night.
Okay, cool.
Is your shogi player available?
I don't remember where that was. There's too many things.
Right.
We're running into the Breath of the Wild problem. There's too many places you can go, and most of them don't matter.
Far right.
Yeah, okay,
No,
so nothing there.
He's not available. I would say either work a job or talk to Mishima. I think Mishima is in Shinjuku right now.
Let's go back there. There he is.
Yeah, right there. He's right there on the corner, putting his leg out for everyone to see.
What the fuck, Mishima? Cool. Yeah, we'll do that. Whatever, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so my first campaign I played in DM, very difficult. You had to play optimally, and we absolutely needed healing. Like, our cleric was almost like an auto healer because we needed it. Well, he was very traditional in the sense of when you get random loot, he rolls on the loot table regardless of if it's usable or not. And my wizard was very much lacking in magic items because just other people could use the random stuff that we found. And it was finally my turn to get something. It was a magic wand, and we knew it was going to be a wand of something. I'm like, oh, finally, I'm getting something. And DM rolls, and it was a wand of unseen servants. And everyone at the table is like, ooh, tough luck. Can't really use that. And I'm like, no, I'm going to find a way to use a wand that summons 1 unseen servant per day. I will figure out a way to use this. And sure enough, we were in a labyrinth that was trapped. It was I forget the name of the cult, but it was as a defense mechanism, they built a labyrinth leading up to their chapel, and there were just traps everywhere. And like our rogue was like gently trying to like find everything and wasn't doing a great job, is rolling poorly. And I'm like, wait a minute, like Joe, I'm going to pull out the wand of the unseen servant, and I'm going to summon an unseen servant. And he's like, it can't trigger traps. I'm like, I know. He's going to take my 10-pound bag and drag it on the floor 30 feet ahead of us.
Oh,
it's
God.
like, so any pressure plate, any tripwire, the unseen servant would, activate the trap. So we basically brute forced our way through this labyrinth using an unseen servant. I'm like, yes, I know what this wand will be used for now. So flash forward to our current campaign. I'm like, ooh, a Helm of Disjunction that stops all magical effects. What could I possibly do with this? Ooh. I've been trained to break items in unintended ways.
I fucking hate Mishima. I hate this. I hate this entire conversation that's happening.
Actually...
I hate that he is like, hey, meet more people who are gonna know who you are. And also he's like, oh yeah, of course thieves need special ladies. You're supposed to steal hearts. No, shut up. You are a gross, weird little man.
Mm-hmm. Mishima's great.
Ugh, fuck this man. God, just like, I'm gonna shove him in the vending machine. We're not gonna tell them the truth? Why is that an option? I am worried about this. Mishima can't keep his fucking mouth shut. Liz, when did you change your goddamn name? When did that happen? There's a lot... I'm realizing I was misreading. I read astrophysics. It was like catastrophysics. Not catastrophic. But, like, when did that fucking happen?
You know, I was actually reading it in the Greek catastrophicles.
Yes! That's the only way I'm gonna see it now. Oh. Incredible. Okay, great. You can be tight-lipped when you want to be? I don't think you can.
Like, I imagine if Sai talked with him for 10 minutes,
Oh.
he would be crying at minute 9.
Yeah. He would have, like, he would have spilled the beans at minute 4, be crying about it at minute 6.
Crapped himself and then cried some more.
No, I'm not excited about this. This seems like a terrible idea. This is gonna be so... We're just like two weird dudes meeting up with a bunch of girls then.
Well, let's be fair. He's a weird dude. Your character's pretty cool.
My character does not speak, so there's the weird guy and the silent guy meeting up with some girls from the internet.
It's RTX all over again.
Oh my god, see, now he made it gross and weird again! Yeah, they're not coming. Thank god. No. No.
No, we're just listening to the TV really loud.
They went by, saw us, and went nope and left.
Yep.
Oh, God.
I mean, I love Mishima for the instant karma that he brings upon himself.
Yeah.
No.
No, you're not taking the right lessons away from this, sir.
All right.
Oh, God.
I want you to go change those girls' hearts.
Oh, my God. That feels like a thing that he would absolutely say. Okay, like, I'll take that, but you're still a weird, creepy little man. Yeah, no, this is exactly how it happens. You're like, they wouldn't have flaked if they knew I was friends with the real Phantom Thieves. It's like, yeah, you're gonna start telling people that, and that's gonna be a problem.
And then we're gonna have to kill you. How do your friends know it the minute you get home?
I don't know. I feel like my phone's got a tracker thing, one of those tracker apps on it, and I don't know it's been installed.
Yeah, Mishima knows. He shares it with everyone. This is where he is at all times.
Yeah, that also makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was my one D&D thing. What is one of your two D&D things?
So... God, which one do I want to talk about? So, we'll start with, so Friday, while Mally was staying here, a series of things happened. She walks into my office and goes, hey, make a 13th level character. I'm running a one-shot tonight. We need D&D this weekend. And I went, fuck yeah, let's go. But I was like, I can't... It's like, if I just build a level 13 character, I was like, I need to, like... It needs to be a class I'm familiar with, because, like, that's a lot to suddenly jump into to be effective with for just, like, a short one-shot.
Unless you're a fighter.
Yeah, unless you're a fighter. But also, like, there can be some things about like various. I've seen some weird fighter shit where I'm like, I just don't have to think about it. And I was like, cool. I'll just make Callista level 13 cleric. I'm very familiar with all those spells and all her shit. I was like, this is great. So I did that, and I got to live out one of the fantasies that I had that I didn't get to do in Callista's campaign, and I got to cast the spell Harm. Where you roll 14d6.
That's a lot of d6.
It's every non-handmade d6 that I own. It's everything that's in my dice bag. So it was all the d6s, and it was literally a fit, like both my hands cupped together, shaky shake, spill out everywhere. So I did 54 points of necrotic damage with this thing. It was fucking great. I wrecked some shit. And I was just being able to do that was great. So Jeff likewise isn't like overly familiar with D&D stuff. So he was like, I have to pull out my tried and true warlock, James Domhnall. And so he made James a level 13 warlock, a werelock. That's something.
A werelock.
That's a werewolf warlock.
That's what happens when you get bit by a warlock.
Yes. So I love this character of his. I love when he plays as his James. And it's always so good. But it reminded me, because we of course got into combat, and I made a joke about Eldritch Blast, and it was in this moment that I remembered something that with all of the spells that you are like, what do you mean Gwen as a wizard doesn't have the spell? You will love this. Jeff never took Eldritch Blast for his warlock. He is a warlock without Eldritch Blast. And it was a very intentional choice, and it makes sense for him, but it fucking cracked me up at every level up where he could have, like, changed out what he had and added it or whatever, and he was just like, no. Which is also, like, doubly bad, because so much of the warlock stuff is the Eldritch invocations of, like, here are ways that you can, like, alter what Eldritch Blast does. He just didn't have
Hey, Jen? Jen?
It made me laugh so much during the game, and then it came up again on Friday, and I was like, I forgot about that. I fucking love it.
Jen, like, I know I give you shit for not having certain spells on Gwen, because Wizard's my favorite class, but this warlock has my name on it, and I'm trying to reconcile that by virtue of name there's a connection, and it's not even like suboptimally built, it's just
I knew that was gonna get a reaction out of you, so there you go. Yeah, I forgot that his warlock didn't have Eldritch Blast.
That hurts so bad.
It was incredible, though, because a level 13 warlock, like, I didn't realize, like, I've not looked at warlocks that closely at those high levels. So apparently, somewhere between when I last saw this James and being level 13, he got to, like, just, like, pick of one really powerful spell that doesn't count against his spell slots. It's just, like, a thing he can do. He can only do it once per long rest, but you can just do it. So, like, some shit starts going down. We're like, oh, that's bad. And he's like, cool, I cast Force Cage. And I went, you did what? He could just do Force Cage, so he did a Force Cage, and then he animated objects and brought the fucking huge chandelier to life and just, like, beat someone to death with it.
That was the version of Beauty and the Beast that didn't make it into the Disney film.
It felt very, very like that. Especially with, like, the description of the chandelier we got. Yeah. I love the combat broke out, and he was like, cool. And he just looks at Mally, he's like, what does this room kind of look like? He's like, is there like a big chandelier? And I was like, that's such a specific question. What are you doing? Yeah, I'm telling you, Liz, I'm telling you, This character, it makes me sad that Jeff doesn't like super enjoy playing D&D. He does it because he knows I love it, which just tells you like how wonderful of a person he is. I fucking love this character of his because of shit like this. So, yeah, he animated a chandelier, and so there was effectively we were in a museum, and there was a very old mummy that came to life and was like really just doing a whole bunch of murders. So I cast harm on it, and then he caved it in with the chandelier, an animated chandelier.
Yeah. What I need to do, if the seal ever dies, I am going to build an artificer named Jeff. JGEOPHPH.
Oh no!
And it's going to be an artificer that doesn't understand science or engineering or anything.
Liz wrote it out and it's worse. It's worse.
Yep. Jeff. Yep. There it is.
Yeah. So there you go. James Dominal, the level 13 warlock without Eldritch Blast. And a red tail hawk named Christopher Squawkins. I'm not making that up.
No, I believe you. I had to mute because I had to cough because
Gotcha.
just so much stuff was trying to get out of my lungs that I didn't know was there. Good night, Sassy.
Oh, good night, Sassy. No.
Yeah, just bank them up. Just like get like 5 or 6.
Well, this seems like this is a walk around the school to get the name thing. So I feel like I have to do that before I can bank it in mementos.
Oh, there's always another day.
Yeah, I don't really feel like doing it. But here's the thing: is if I don't do it right now, I'm not gonna remember that's a thing.
That's fair.
Yep. So I guess we'll just kind of wander around and look for conversational bubbles, unless you know there's a better way to do that.
Yeah. Pull up your menu.
Oh, menu.
Yeah.
Nope, wrong fucking buttons. This one. Okay, got it. Hey,
Go
you
to
know what I
request.
should do real quick?
You should probably save.
Yeah. This is not the proper way to get to this menu, but just like while I'm here, I'm like, hey, I haven't done this all night, and like we're almost done, but like this would be the time things would go bad. Okay, anyways, back to the actual menu.
Yeah. Go to request. It's under confidant. Okay. Click on that.
Oh, find him near the school gate. Never mind.
There you go.
Perfect. Is there a button for that school gate?
Yes, there is.
Hey!
You mean the one we just had a text message conversation about? Fucking Christ! All right. Well, because I can't like go up. Yeah, no, that's. Can I not do? Oh, whispers. These whispers brought to you by WizKids. No. Anyways, your second D&D thing.
Yeah. So it was actually around Baldur's Gate 3 that someone put. I can't remember who posted it in our chat. I think it might have been Banana Man, maybe. About how Baldur's Gate 3 employed intimacy coordinators for some of the scenes.
Yes!
To help the voice actors. And I for one, and I know how you feel about it, I think it was a fantastic idea, and that they are immensely helpful and would have been immensely helpful when I did theater. Not for like intimate moments, but just like helping like us feel more comfortable on stage for certain scenes that like especially for like high school and especially like in college too. Like there was a particular musical that we did that was a framed musical where it was set in Victorian London, and we all played actors who were trying to put on a show. So like we built a stage on the stage. So like there was the actual like show going on in the middle stage, but then like we were pretending to be actors in the wings. And like one of the sins was like I was the stage manager, and one of the jokes was that some ladies of the evening came out of someone's dressing room and interrupted the show, and I had to like get them out of there, and I'm like moving them out, and one of the actresses, one of my best friends in college, she's like, you could be like a little like rougher, like just like try to throw me. I'm like, Gina, I'm not gonna do that. I physically cannot do that to you. I can't bring, like, even acting, I can't bring myself to do it. And it's like one of those scenes where like I wished we had someone who could help talk us through it and make us more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Which is all to say, I'm glad that they have that for the actors, even if it is just voice acting.
Yeah, it was. I wanted to look at that article, and I like just didn't have time. And I didn't have time when I was remembering it, and when I had time, I didn't remember it. So I was very curious, and I thought it was very interesting that they had it for voice actors. But I do think that's a good evolution of what that role is. Yeah, intimacy coordinators are one of those things that like I'm glad those have become a thing, because they were so needed for the entertainment and theater and film space of like having a third party advocate who could be like, hey, like we're not gonna put actors in uncomfortable positions on the spot where there's kind of a pressure to agree to a thing that they would not be comfortable with. And it's good to have somebody else to be able to walk through like, hey, here are the protections that are in place, both like literally physically and like here are, you know, like here's our ripcords for ejecting out of a scene and all that stuff. Like I love that is a thing. And so I'm glad that they even employed it into a voice actor situation that's not just for like physical, literal actors on stage or on set. So fair. No, not like a violence coordinator. I think you mean a stunt coordinator, but I like it as a violence coordinator or a fight choreographer. No, it is not. It's a coordinator, not like a choreographer. So the idea of, we're gonna time out real quick, so I'm not just sitting on the screen. Maruki's not here, and Kasumi's not here, and I can't get to what's his butt at night, and it's rainy Wednesday. Is there a thing you recommend that I do right now?
I think you could hang out with An.
Okay.
With Kyoko.
And she is.
Or you could hang out with Death Doctor.
I'm never gonna voluntarily do that.
Okay.
If you tell me like, hey, we need to progress her stuff because some items become available, then I will do it. But if you're like, do whatever you want, I will never make that choice.
I would still prioritize your party members over non-party members. I mean, she does offer some useful items, but you're playing well enough that you don't need it. Okay,
cool. I'm gonna go hang out with Kyoko then. So the intimacy coordinator is somebody they are usually somebody who's like just contracted like for specific like days. They're not even like routinely a part of the production unless that is like coming up enough in the production. But like one of the previous shows that I worked on, we would like fly a coordinator in to be there for like 2 days of shooting per shooting block, and then send them home and they would go do other stuff. So they weren't like ever like full time on any one particular set. And their whole role is that when there are things in the script that would call for actors to be kind of intimate with each other, whether it is like even something just like, and I'm saying like just like it's not a big deal, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's for everything from just like where they're supposed to like kiss and make out to like there is a sex scene. They are required now to be present for this, and they are somebody to act as like a third party to advocate on behalf of the actors to establish what the ground rules are for these things, to make sure that everybody's comfortable. So like a really good example is like for a sex scene, there are things that actors wear depending on what their important parts are to like make sure there is no actual contact with those parts. And so the coordinator's like, here's the equipment we have available, because there's always like different varieties of things being like, this will provide more coverage if you're more comfortable with that, but might be a little bit more like physically uncomfortable for you to wear, but it will make sure like there's no contact here. It's like, or like, here's this, like, what is your level of comfort? here are your options to make sure things are covered. And then going to the other party, being like, here are your options to make sure your things are covered. You know, what are, you know, this is what is in the script. Do you have any concerns about what is in the script? Once you're like in, and then like when they're like into filming the thing, like a thing that would happen in before times before there was this person that was on set for these things is like they might be like filming a scene and then some edgy director would be like, okay, but like what about this? And like would just be like, you guys should do this. And you've already got to, you know, I say two, some number of people in a very vulnerable, very exposed position who might like really need this job or like or anything like that and be like, I'm so uncomfortable with this, but like if I say no, what does that mean for my position on this shoot? Is it going to get me a reputation? Like, there's all these other things, and so people might go, okay, sure, and feel really, you know, violated and taken advantage of for the sake of whatever has happened here. And now you have these intimacy coordinators who are like, we've established what the ground rules are. If anybody is going to ask for anything more, that means everybody stops and everybody leaves the scene, leaves the set, and like gets back into their private spaces of being like comfortable and covered and whatever. And then and this coordinator is the one who's responsible for like mediating that and will put their foot down and be like, no, you're not making new asks of people here. So it's very important thing, and I'm glad it is more present. There was a period of time where I was like, this is like really cool, and there's a big shortage essentially of them because it is a relatively like new-ish position. In like when you're looking at like the scale of the age of film and theater or whatever it is. I don't remember when they kind of like popped up. But it is relatively recent. And so it's like they're constantly looking for more, which also means they make fucking bank. And I was like, there's like a program to like get certified to like do that. And there was a period of time where I like considered it. And then I was like, then I'm like having to like do like the coordinator that I was flying in constantly. It's like, do I constantly want to like get a call on a Monday to get on a plane on Tuesday to go do this on Wednesday to fly home on Thursday? I was like, do I want that life? And the answer turned out to be no. So, so I didn't do it, but I thought about it for a bit.
It would have been, yet another interesting trajectory in your resume from college.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. My resume is a rich tapestry of things that all sound made up. So like, yeah, of course that's on there. It's like, oh yeah, book printing, paint making, dice making, rug tufting, intimacy coordinator, travel coordinator, project manager. Like, of course.
Vehicle recovery specialist.
Yeah. It's raining out. Let's have some tea.
let's go.
Let's go do that. I don't know if there was a right answer, but I wanted to. So, yay, music notes.
I wish it wasn't raining because we really need to get you and On to go to the shopping district because she gives you a really cool gift.
Oh, well, I wish I had known that, but okay.
Well, it was raining. She wouldn't have gone.
Oh, okay. This feels like this could either be very appreciated or feel very backhanded.
I think the former.
I had to remember what order I said things in. I was like, which one was the former one? Let's try it! Oh, good.
Thanks.
Yay! Yeah, 3 music notes. I need more gift things.
Thanks.
You can use in the mall where you begin.
Yeah. Oh, hello, person.
Rain, huh?
And my phone went pee-pee. I still don't know who this is because it's not who I thought it was because they came up in a separate conversation. No, I wanna... No.
Oh wait, isn't
Oh?
I think this might be
Hey,
the new track coach.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Oh, so I think it's
crosswords.
actually to advance Ryuji's social link.
Okay. Oh god, there's so many. Oh, there's so many things. There's so many things.
Oh, you could talk with your teacher maid, or you could go play shogi in a church.
Is this guy here on Wednesdays, not Tuesdays? Was I incorrect?
Robbie Damon?
Yeah.
That's not the place he is.
Oh, that's right. He's in Kichijoji. Never mind. Okay, so
Yeah.
he's still not there. Okay, great. So, yeah, so I can't do that. So I guess I'll do the Ryuji thing. I guess I'll do that, because I feel like that needs to progress. So, sure. So let's go do that. It's probably going to be voice acted. In the event of...
Okay, so... I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead.
So Farron said
okay.
that his sister romanced the shogi girl, which is such a weird choice.
Oh, good night, Metric.
I personally... So I've played this game 4 times. That was... I romanced her in one of my playthroughs.
No, why is there another place? No. No.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Farron, I happen to like
All right.
Hifumi. I think she's a wonderful character. Here's a fun fact, Farron, and I guess for Jen and chat. In the original version of Persona, like when they were still like drawing up the concepts for it, Hifumi was going to be another Phantom Thief. She was going to be the strategist of the team. But they felt as they started developing it that her character and Makoto's character overlapped too much, so they gave it all to Makoto, and then she just became a standard social link. But there is art of her, like concept art of her in like Phantom Thief attire and her persona, and the thought of what could have been is really sad because it's a really dope costume.
Yeah. I want to see what the costume is.
Do you? It's in my Persona folder.
Sure. At some point, you can either drop it on me when I'm not expecting it, or just send it to me. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever's gonna bring you the most joy.
I mean, it's Persona. I mean, it just always brings me joy, no matter time, place.
All right. Oh my god, I'm really just gonna like leave my Ryuji, please mute your fucking thing. Please mute it so that way you don't yell something. Please, I'm begging you.
You know he's gonna yell something.
Yeah, he is. Okay, well it's not voice acted, so that's good. Since it's not voice acted, so my other D&D thing.
Go for it.
So since we brought up Gwen, like earlier, and her having some shit. So I have been thinking through some things, and I had a plan in my head involving the spell Wall of Fire.
Okay. Go on.
And because in my head, because it's an evocation spell, so it's like, cool, I can do some shit with Wall of Fire, because it's evocation, which means I can protect people from it. So I was like, perfect, like, I could do this and drop it, and then I can, it's a level 4 spell, so that means I can spell sculpt it around 5 people. And I was like, we could do some dope shit with this if I drop this wall and then y'all can just go through it. Like, it's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I, earlier today, found the very large flaw in that plan, and it would have been a huge oopsie, because Wall of Fire does not have saving throws against the damage.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Which is not a thing I had thought about, or I was just like, yeah, you cast it, it's evocation, I could do that. It's like, no, the saving throw is when it springs into existence, if you put it directly on a person, but everybody else just takes damage from the proximity to it after that, and there is no saving throw, and I was like, I could have killed everyone. that was almost a very big oopsie.
You know, I like the idea though that you would have had the idea, and you're like, "Hey, Vasile, it's totally fine. Go through it." I'm like, all right, Gwen, like you're the wizard. I trust you. And then his dying words would have been, I knew you didn't know your stuff. You don't even have magic missile."
Wow. So then she would flare it around you on purpose at that point. It's like, absolutely not. Fuck off. Oh, man. Yeah, so I was really glad I, like, looked at it earlier. I don't know why. I was just, like, doing something else on my computer. I went, I should look up Wall of Fire real quick for, like, just to, like, make sure there's nothing weird about it. I was like, I wanted to check what the space was that it could occupy. It's like, how long can the wall be, and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, oh, yeah, this is not a saving throw spell. Fuck, no, don't do this thing. Also, the wall being considered completely opaque was another fun one. And I was like, oh, so yeah, so my people can't see through it to hit enemies and also could not go through it. Never mind. That has to go away.
I mean, still great for creating a choke point, you know, but yeah, maybe not the full...
The plan I had, no.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Yeah. Yeah, not really leveraging the evocation side of your wizardry.
Exactly. I was like, okay, that requires some different shit.
Yeah. Now now I'm just thinking about with Baldur's Gate coming out, I'm tempted just to make a wizard called Jen, and all she casts is magic missile.
Oh no! How dare you! I'm not the one who made the warlock without Eldritch Blast and has your name. Why would you do this to me?
That's right. I forgot. Like, oh, my anger was misplaced. I'm angry all over again. Yeah. Well, hey, Chad, is anyone going to pick up Baldur's Gate? And if so, what class are you going to start off playing as? I am still waffling on who I want to build. Because, you know, playing a video game version of D&D is still very different than a tabletop. And with a video game version of D&D, I try to play charisma classes like Warlock or Paladin because so much of the game are, you know, dialogue checks, and I feel like I'm hamstringing myself if I don't pick a charismatic character to play, at least play through the first time. So, like, maybe I'll make Vasile a Paladin, because he's kind of like a war cleric anyway, just so I can lean into the charisma. But yeah, maybe I'll make my Abjurer wizard. I can make my
Damn it.
The other character I enjoy playing is, and you haven't met him yet because he actually is my backup character if Vasile dies, but is a arcane, or a, what is it, the Eldritch Knight. So fighter man with some basic spells.
Nice.
It's a really interesting blend. I've really enjoyed playing him in like past, like either like a one shot or like mini campaign for like 5 or 6 games. But yeah, Eldritch Knight is very fun. It's a very fun class.
That was on my short list for something at one point. God, it might have even been Breach before I was like, no, I'm doing a fucking wizard. But I was looking at Eldritch Knight for a little while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes, like, you know, when we were in Avio, Gwen was very much an Eldritch Knight with a dagger. Just like, ah!
Yeah, she
had a bad day.
She really did. My poor little wizard.
And the thing is, it's all self-inflicted. We gave Erin all of these notes and backstory, and she used it. Boy, did she.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, some of the worst things that Gwen has had, she did not. This is the problem, is the stuff that I gave Erin about Gwen mostly has not come up yet. And I'm like, I'm glad we went straight from the water plane to the earth plane and did not make a I think the moment we are back in the prime plane, I'm gonna have to contend with some shit that I do not want to deal with.
Yeah. It's like, I just imagined as you were saying that the Simpsons meme, but it's Vasile and Gwen, Vasile going, it's the worst thing you've experienced yet.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a lot like that. Yeah, if we had gone back to the Prime plane, she's got a scrying focus now. So I don't know if anybody else knows that. I can't remember which parts happened just in conversations with Aaron and which parts were like in game. But my mysteriously powerful wizard friend from the boat gave me a scrying focus. And so I was gonna. There were 2 scries I wanted to do, and one of them was gonna be checking on her parents against her better judgment, and I was like, this is gonna be real bad. But then we didn't go to the Prime plane, and you can't scry across planes, so we don't have to deal with that for right now.
yeah, that's a future problem. And what is a current problem is I need to help one of my children right now, so okay. I'll be right back.
All right, you go do that. Oh, man. I don't know, it would depend on how like, it would depend on what happened. I don't know what Gwen's last words would be. It would depend on the situation around it. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that.
Yeah.
I was once at a table at a game store, and this guy got bored and fireballed the entire party for a total part. No, fuck that. He wasn't banned from the store, but none of the DMs and stuff would let him at the table. I mean, yeah. Here's the thing: is if a dude did that, I'd just be like, cool. My call as the DM at that point is to say that actually doesn't happen. Like, I'm not allowing it. You can't do that, and you are no longer welcome to this table. And like, and the game continues without him at that point. He's not. I'm literally not letting that happen. Fuck that. Also, thank you, Liz, for bringing up the magic missile as a basic-ass spell for basic-ass bitches. I'm really hoping somebody put that picture in the Discord when that happened. I love it. Trying to make sure. Is there anything else? Yeah, catch up on stuff. Oh, things happen. Where are we? Oh my god, you're rank 7. Insta-kill! Alright!
Alright.
That's awesome!
Wait.
It's last turn rotation of the night, so we retconned it. Good. Yeah, fuck that guy. Okay. I mean, were you smart enough to record any of that? Because that would be really great. I mean, it's not out of our hands yet, but... I feel like that was the wrong answer because I didn't get music notes. It's okay. This is plugging his OnlyFans at the table. Yeah, no, that guy should have... That should have just been
Good morning.
cut very
it's
quickly.
hot again today.
Yes, it is.
Kamoshiro's deadline is drawing near. We did all we could. I hope we can avoid problems now.
Are you worried? Of course, it's Gwen. She's always worried.
Of course I am. Palaces, changing hearts. It's hard to tell what's reality anymore.
Yeah, I would probably, like, I would kick the player immediately. And then, like, cool, it's like I can self-pilot for a little bit until it makes sense for them to disappear at some point.
Still, the only thing I can do now is believe.
Okay, well, that's not a very Gwen sentence right there. Gwen is believing shit. Well, it's not There's a lot there.
Yep.
Where am I? Don't I sit? Oh, maybe I'm behind On? I thought I sat in front of On. But maybe that's me with my head down. Traditional food. Okay. Uh-oh, I'm gonna ask.
Do you know the answer?
Certain motif. Oh my god.
Hey, wait!
Oh, I am behind her. Okay, that's fine.
Counting on
Okay.
you.
Okay. About gods crossing a starry sky to reunite everyone. Okay, might have something to do with. Well, yeah, but this is not the food. Spaceships is also not a food. I guess we'll do. Okay, yeah, I know that. I don't know what that is, but it's noodles. I don't know what a Welsh onion is, but again, I feel like it's gotta be this. I don't know what any of it has to do with it. Okay, well, it's making me. Okay, I get to redo it. The noodles. Sure.
Yes!
This is it.
I like that it let me redo it.
Thanks! Nice going!
What happened? How? What? Sure, like, I'll take it. I'm mildly confused. Incredible. Alright, I feel like this is... I'm sad to do this while James isn't here, but I feel like this is a... Oh, I kind of forgot about that place. I feel like this is a good place to call it. Because it's after 10, and I still have some orders I need to pack. So, we're gonna do that. Where's my buttons? Whoopsies, not that one. That one. So thanks for hanging out. Lots of, yeah, oh yeah. Tucker's, he's just laying, so I think we might be out of the woods, which is good. James is a smart cookie. He'll understand what happened.
I'm a very smart cookie.
God! Done did me a startle there. We finished today in the classroom, and it was like, "Do you want to save?" And I was like, "Yes." So I thought that'd be good. Hope.
Yeah, probably a good call, because once the timer runs out, you're going to be in cutscene hell for probably an hour.
Oh, great. Yeah, we're coming up on that. How many days do I have? I can't see it on the screen. Let's...
I think you have 2 days. I think you have 2 days left.
Cool. So next stream, we will just be in cutscene hell and not really get to tell any stories. But that's fine. It's like, I at least got through everything that I had, so that's nice. I'm just really glad that you were as upset as I wanted you to be about the Warlock thing.
I like that our friendship is based on how enraged we can make one another for random things.
Yep. There's probably something to unpack there, but I'm gonna just choose to